We live?
We are. Good evening,
Oh, we're
everybody.
live.
It is a two time. It is Jonathan, Zelong, Leon, and Christine duking it out in a late season Session 5 A2 matchup. They are starting the first of 4 games this evening, and the A2 standings have been shaken up quite a lot recently. Zelong, of course, still up at the top. Leon has made a big push to make it into the promotion zone. Jonathan has just outside that range and also making a push. He's been kind of in range all season long. Christine is currently sitting in the demotion zone, but it's been very tight in that area. We'll see if she can pull away from that in this series. Jonathan starting us off in the dealer seat. How's it look to you, Lucas?
Definitely has got a decent chance to open up for Tanyo here. Has that Dora that's trying to connect to it, but with a 6-mon Dora, should be fairly easy to use with Tanyo. We see that Christine's also going to call here, looking to probably go for just Chun Atazuke. Decide to get rid of that Dora accepting Kanchan in favor of the two pairs here for calling with the 8-pin and 6-0. Although it is Mochi Mochi on the Chun, as we see, so it's going to be tough to win that one.
Yeah, maybe an alternate plan would be to incorporate some more So tiles and shift to Honitsu if possible for a little extra value. But as you said, with that Shun, it's going to be quite difficult. And Jonathan, perhaps with a slight advantage, relatively speaking.
Yeah, it's definitely possible to shift into Honitsu. Did already got the one so early, but like at this point, like if you draw another So tile, you have like a free tile in the hand basically, which you can just sort of take in like a Sozu floating tile.
And across the way has pulled in the 7-pin, which puts him each on 10 right
Boom.
now. Potential Ricci Dora, Ricci Pinfu Dora, even if the 3-pin is drawn.
She's here first Tempai here. So we have a pawn into the 6-0 Kanchan. Was not able to connect up to that door, so this is just going to be Tanyo Nomi.
Yeah, Leon faced with an interesting choice. Do you hold the 2-4-6 shape or the 2-2-4 shape? Ended up going with the 2-4-6 and immediately backfires with a 2-pin draw. Very unfortunate there. Still Shanten though.
Get an improvement here, switching to the 3-6 Soryamen now. And also
Ooh,
another improvement there with the 7-pin.
that's huge. Now you can draw into 5-6-7 Sanchoku.
Yeah, and gets the guaranteed Pinfu here as well.
3-so is 2 in the wall. 6-so has 1 for Jonathan's weight. Would just be 1,500 points.
Well, does have that 3-so which would deal in, but seems to be playing defensive here still. A bit from Tempai this late. It's just going to take it defensive. Now pairs up that 3-so. Could still maybe get Tempai. Well, now we're going to have a Ricci here. Get through the 8-mon, so not going to be Sanchoku, but still Ricci, Pinfu, Dora.
Christine finds Tempai as well. We'll hold that Shaba weight. Atosuke, of course, still waiting for the Chun. Ooh. Does Jonathan consider conning this?
It's a bit risky, yeah. Just going to go Tsumogiri.
And the door passes as well. Christine holding strong with this Tempai. 4 Mon is not Kasuji for Jonathan, so he'll shove that as well.
Ooh, there's the 5-pin drawn. Can Christine get away from this one?
Boom!
No, it's going to deal in on the 5-pin here. Trying to hold the Tempai.
No Ura, so not that punishing. Only the 3,900. Leon will jump out to the early lead, though. So now in the dealer seat.
Pretty low average hand here. It's nothing super exciting. It really wants another East. That could kind of save this hand. 9-so draws a bit nice, but kind of like a lack of value here, and the shapes aren't that great either. You can see on the right, the hand also doesn't look super exciting.
Pretty.
Although I did draw the 3-mon for like an Epeko chance now. I don't think it can quite be... Yeah, probably just gonna try for Ricci. That draw helped a fair bit. Yeah, maybe the hand's not too bad.
Yeah, with the 2-mon dying out, the Pega looks a little bit unlikely here, but the hand just wants to be a Ricci Pin Fedora.
Right. Because you can just sort of try to hope to find like a pair of that shape as well, even if you don't get the Epeko. Like you could draw like a, any of like 1, 2, 3, well, 1, 3, 4 mon, and you
Yeah.
sort of get your pair in the Monzu shape.
Christine still battling through these honor tiles, but does have a door in hand. And
There's gonna be a 7 so picked up, so that hand's all of a sudden Ishan 10.
Yeah,
See what Leon can do with that.
1, 1, 2, 3, 3 shape, usually pretty good in this type of Ishanten. Would be even stronger if it was something away from the edge, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 3-mon discard actually, so that does lose like basically 2-mon, 3-mon, and then also like the 3, 4 pin draws. But I suppose you keep a safer tile in the east.
Yeah, and of
And
course,
maybe it makes the 1-mon weight look a little better. Could have actually had a Karagiri on the 3-mon, which would have made the 1-mon weight look a lot better. I think that would have been a good opportunity to Karagiri when you drew another 3-mon the next turn.
yeah, unlucky backfire on that 3-mon draw, but it was getting into the second row, and Leon wasn't really expecting to draw the 2-mon, so you're really not losing that much. Or even if you draw,
Right.
say, the 4 pin, you don't want to discard the 3 pin and wait on the last 2-mon for Ricci Peko.
Christine does find a decent draw there. Maybe that hand can become a Tanyao if it gets enough time.
It needs a
It does
couple.
have like decent blocks.
If you draw a 5-mon or 8-mon, then you're really starting to feel like it's a serious attempt. As long as it's been struggling through the entire second row, nothing but look at those tiles: 9-mon,
Yeah,
Chun,
it's been all
9-mon,
Tsumogiri
Sha,
here.
9-mon, Chun.
Okay, 3-mon picked up. This is Tempai. And we're gonna see a Ricci as well. Gonna take the 7 so Kanchan here for Ricci Dora 1.
You know, it actually held a 7 so. Now this
See a
Chi.
Chi. Is this gonna be one? Oh, it's gonna be the 7 so. Yeah, I wanted to trust the Suji there. I was wondering if the 1-mon or the 7 so would come out.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
guess just calling for K10 there, but it's
Oh.
gonna have to pay a Mongon with Ura 3. That is an expensive K10 attempt.
Yeah, and that hand, definitely the 1-mon I feel was safer, given that it had been cut once already, so it only deals into Hellweight Tonki. Well, I guess it wouldn't be Hellweight from Jonathan's perspective, but given all the 2-mon had been discarded, there was a full
Right.
Kabe.
Yeah, I think maybe trusted the Ricci Tile Suji there a little more than was necessary. Either way, though, see if Leon can get any points back here. Their hand is...
Oh, well,
Oh,
not as
well,
fast as
actually,
Christine's.
forget about their hand. I didn't look at Christine's hand, who's already going to do a turn through Ricci. It's just going to be a 7 so wait. So not a crazy hand, but it is fast.
Yeah, it has a Dora, so Ricci Dora is something.
Yeah.
There are 3
for
tiles
sure.
in the wall. Now, do you, in this situation, would you prefer taking this Ricci? Would you cut the penchant and hold the 6-mon floater? What would you like to see here?
I'm fine just taking the Ricci, I think.
My next question is going to be about if it's Ricci Nomi.
If it's Ricci Nomi, I'd break the penchant.
Okay. Yeah,
if it's with Ricci Dora 1, I think it's fine just taking an early, like turn 3 Ricci Dora 1.
I think I have similar thoughts. Although it is the 5th session, so it's about the time where people start to play positionally. And getting to the area where perhaps Christine will start to think about wanting more out of these hands. Maybe not there yet. We still have a full 8 games to play. And she doesn't have that much ground to make up. Only about 50 points or so, which is certainly easily doable. I shouldn't say easily, but doable in 1 session, and certainly in 2.
Well, Zalong might be able to chase this, actually. Oh, never mind. There's the 7 set Sumo. See if we can find the Ur for the Mongon.
Hits!
And there it is! So that's why you
Nice.
take the Ricci there. You're just 1 Ur away from a Tsumo Mongon.
Yeah, none of the draws would have improved the shape anyway. It would have just been sitting Ishanten even after drawing that 7, so Great win for Christine, who jumps into second place and has a chance of chasing Jonathan down in East for her first dealer seat.
A nice 2-pin draw there, connect up to that Dora. Definitely looks like a hand that could maybe get to a Ricci here. On the right, we do have the Haku Yakuhai, which looks like our bolt in the wall. So possibly a hand that could call. Also, there seems to be Sanshoku chances if the right draws. Kind of just pretty nice shapes all around for Jonathan. Looks like probably either like probably just a Tanyo for Toyman across the way. It does also have 4 pairs, so we'll see what that is.
Boom.
And then Leon's shapes, not too great. There's maybe 70. I guess 79 Sanshoku is pretty good. Oh, and there's the 8-pin for the 79 Sanshoku. So that could be pretty nice for Leon, actually. Is Ishan 10 for that?
Yeah, a hand that he could call for, but that would only give 1 Han, so very likely that we'll see him just...
Wow, here we go. But this might deal in, though. We'll see which weight is
Eat.
Do we believe in
chosen.
Sanzo? No.
There's the 4, so it will just deal into the Haku hand here. Haku roll 1. Yeah, I think it's pretty normal to take the Champon there.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't pay out here. Jonathan will take the 2,000 points and the dealership, and look at this high pie.
Here we go. Not double East, but still just confirmed East Yakuhai here, and also has a Dora Forso. Probably going to look to try to call with this hand. There's a kind of a lot of conchons you need to fill here, depending on how you want to look at these shapes. It could maybe even turn into Honitsu if you draw enough Sozu, although you do have, 4 fairly strong Mon tiles.
Yeah, I was wondering if you might trim the 1/6 Mon and just float the Dragon Tiles for a little bit, and ended up just cutting those straight away, and seems to be playing for more of a standard hand.
Christine could match this speed, though, with the right draws. And already has 2 completed blocks. And Dora 2 as well. Now finds a 7 Mon. That connects up nicely to give that Yorenkai shape in Monzu.
We need to redraw the 5 or 8 Mon in some situations, sort of avoid 50-10.
Ah, that is true. Yeah, I'd missed that 8 Mon came out earlier.
But yeah, she really
Does make it a
values
little
this
weaker for
Dora.
sure.
And this cut is interesting. As a result of that, potential 50-10 decides to just cut away from the 7 Mon and hold both of the pin tiles to hopefully get a diamond shape in the Pinzu.
He's now going to be Ishan 10 for Christine. Picks up another 1, so I don't think that actually does much. Yeah, it's just going to go ahead and throw it back.
Notably, Jonathan's been sitting with his uncle for so long, can't just open up the hand whenever he chooses. Hasn't gotten a single tile to call outside of the early 6-so from Zilong, but it was too early to open up at that point.
Leon has had kind of 2 nice back-to-back draws here, and is actually Ishan 10 now for Tanyo.
Dealer as well gets there, and actually chooses to cut the 3 Mon.
Yeah, I think 9-so there's definitely the more efficient discard. I wonder if 3 Mon is sort of a hedge towards Honitsu, though it's kind of hard to go Honitsu from here. I think I would have taken the more efficient, just 9-so discard.
Yeah, this allows you to pair up the 9-so, and then think about Honitsu, but...
This gives up sort of like 6-7-so, like Ryumin weights, and then also just like 2-5 Mon Tempais.
Yeah, the 2-5 is what sits out to me the most. Here's the 5-8.
Finds the 5, so it's not going to matter here. Let's see if we're going to see a Ricci. I imagine... No, we're actually not going to see a Ricci here. It's going to be Dama with the East Dora 1. There's Ipeko on the 5-so.
There's Dora 3 for Christine. She's going to have to Ricci this.
Here we go, and let's see if this gets chased. continue Dama. Chi looks like could be just a play for Keita and also breaks Ipatsu. Oh, and the 5-so comes out, and that's the Takame as well. Wow, that Chi to shift the wall there really hurt Christine. So it's going to be 7,700 points.
Jonathan popping off here. 46,700, now the only player above 30,000.
That's a nice high pie here again as well. It's got the Chun Yakuhais, the Dora West in hand. Could think about Honitsu, but it's not going to fully commit to it or anything. Going to start by just cutting the East. Now it gets another back-to-back hands with the Anko Yakuhai.
Yeah, and it's a little harder, to drop the West given that it's Dora. So Jonathan might be leaning a little bit towards Onitsu as a result.
It definitely could be on the mind. We'll see. Just pick up like another Mon tile here.
Yeah, you
It's
can
not going to commit to anything.
You can drop the 9 Mon without losing too much.
I think you're maybe close enough. I might have just dropped the 8-pin there.
Probably see the 8-pin in favor of this 3-pin. Oh no, prefers the upper shape.
Not sure why. There's not really any Sanshoku or anything, so I don't know. Not sure what the preference for the 8-pin is.
Well, in the end, both of them will leave the hand. Zalone can't call that. No Tanya here just yet. Also, a Dora that does leave the hand, so first Dora visible to the rest of the table. Leon with no Dora in hand, but looks like a pretty standard Ricci Pinfu. Actually, that's Ishan 10 with Tanya chance. And on the left, Christine approaching a Tempai as well, but Ricci Nomi or Ricci Pinfu at best.
There's a Sanshoku, although not gonna cut away from it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to force the Sanchoku into hand with these shapes.
It wouldn't have been easy.
It would really slow down your progression, but maybe if you're desperate enough, you make the attempt anyway.
I think we have a slight error from Zalong, who... wow. We're just gonna see a deal in here. We get the chance to talk about it as we see a call into Dora Tonki and immediately picks up, this time, 8,000 points.
Yeah, Jonathan is steamrolling the table at this point. Looking to jump into a promotion slot.
Here we go again. It could be another Yakuhai with Dora hand.
Yeah, has the chance to draw into the Anko close as well. Both Haku are in the wall. And it's Dora 2 now.
Let's see who could maybe stop this. Looking around the table. I mean, I see like Leon's hand's got some pretty decent shapes. It does not pick up a 6-mon as well, so probably the fastest hand to maybe try to stop our dealer here.
Stop the dealer. You cannot stop this dealer. Look at this. Another excellent draw. Diamond shape. And perhaps we don't even need to call the Haku here. Although certainly that will help as we can just lock in the 5-pin as the pair. Everything coming up Jonathan right now.
Christine finds an improvement as well. I believe that's going to be 2 Shanten here.
What do you think about that honor cut? You're going to cut the Chun or the tone. Do you have a preference for which one to cut in this spot?
In this spot, I would cut the Chun because even really pairing up the Chun doesn't really do anything for your hand because, like, what are you cutting for the favor of the Chun pair? Like, I probably just would discard one of the Yakuhai pairs back.
Yeah, perhaps the one argument to holding the Chun is if you think somebody has the pair already, allowing them to open up could unlock some extra speed for them, and so maybe you just want to hold that until you're close yourself.
I would, I guess we would just cut 6. I think I still want to keep... Do I want to keep 5-so? I think I want to keep 5-so. It's kind of awkward to 6-so in the discard pile, but I think it's useful. There's like E2 draws that aren't 30-10.
That Chun comes out and immediately Jonathan follows. as the safe tile has now been upgraded to the Shah. And we're looking for that Haku. There it is. Christine draws it, and it comes
Boom.
out. So
Yeah, calling
Tenpai,
the Tenpai.
Haku door 2 currently. And oh no, Christine might have to drop this 4 Monsoon.
It does look a bit loose in the hand. A Tenpai draw could be a bit of a disaster.
Sumo.
Ah, well, it doesn't matter. You're just going to see a Tsumo on the Formon here.
$2,000
Wow,
plus
Jonathan really running this up.
2 sticks from everyone. And okay, is this finally no, Yakuhai pair yet for Jonathan? Oh, he dropped the Haku, didn't have faith at the
Yeah, I guess keeping one so with the idea of like Sanchoku or something, it's pretty far.
Foreseeing the Doko, perhaps? That's not gonna happen.
Cuts the 1 pin. I guess maybe really focusing on this Sanchoku and then also keeping Itsu alive. I think I definitely would be keeping the pair.
Perhaps just saying I've got 3 pairs, so I can sacrifice 1.
Yeah, it's early enough that like I kind of just want to keep all 3 pairs, give more chances to Onko draw one of them, and then if you draw a 4th pair, you can think about Chitoi as well.
Well, this hand might be struggling for a little bit. Zilong is looking a little bit better. In fact, just cuts away from the Jiankhan shape with a 2-pin right away because he wants to be able to use the Dora no matter what. That hand is Ishantam. Then across the table, kind of average hand outside the fact that it has 2 Dora. That bumps the hand from average to maybe slightly above average. Christine, maybe standard Ricci Pinfu. No Dora in hand just yet, but can accept it. It really feels like Jonathan is playing this hand as if he's not going to win it. I think a lot of times you will hold that 7-pin for the Dora acceptance. And it feels more like Jonathan is saying, if I get Itsu, I'll take my, 1,500 plus sticks. But other than that, I just want to hold tiles that are safe for the rest of the table because I've already done enough.
It's not going to throw that east at this point. Yeah, like funnily enough, like this is kind of why you want to keep all your pairs. Like somehow found himself headless. Although we're going to see a Ricci here. This is going to be the 5-pin Kanchan that sort of was locked in early. That door acceptance. Looks like there is 2 left to Tsumo.
Jonathan did find a pair, so technically Ishantam. And we'll just play defensively here.
Yeah, I guess could have. Yeah, two pin probably makes sense because you don't really want to discard 3-pin.
I mean, if
that
the game
seems
were
like a reasonable washi.
If the game were to end here, Jonathan would be picking up plus 51.3 for the standings, which would definitely jump him into the promotion zone.
All of a sudden, Ishan 10 for this Itsu. And like 4-pin safe to push. We'll see if Jonathan can maybe fight here. Like a 7-mon draw, I'm sure, would be willing to push the 3-pin.
Or Leon just pushes it for him. Oh, back-to-back 5 pins in the wall. Jonathan gets one, but Zilong will find Tsumo. And finally end the dealer streak.
Yeah, and that's going to be 2nd place as well here. I'm looking at this dealer hand. Not too bad. It's got like chances to call with Tanya. Has a Dora. Now has Dora 2. Now this hand's looking really strong. We might see another good dealer hand. Looking at Toyman and Shimochi, Mochi Mochi on the Hatsu. That could slow down those hands a bit. And then looking at Jonathan. Does have a Haku, which could maybe come out from Christine to call.
Yeah, that Haku pair.
The shapes aren't great.
That's super strong because he wants nothing more than to end this dealership. Actually, just lets it pass. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess considering that the hand like just isn't strong enough to call in his eyes, which I kind of understand. The hand was pretty weak. It had
You've got
one door one. I
you've
might have
got
called, but I can
door
understand the pass.
5 blocks. 3 of them are good.
Yeah, I probably would have called, but I can understand. But yeah,
Zolong's hand
meanwhile,
has
looking at long sand here, this one's
morphed into this
looking not
amazing.
weak.
Could even find the last 3 pin for Tanya door 3 with a Ricci. You could also Dama because there's a lot of 5-8 so out. See if you do the last 3 pin.
Interestingly, he's gonna chi the 4 so gonna go Autozuge for this last Haku. Suppose like you do still have the 2 Haku for safety, and then holding the east as well. So gonna try to keep some safety while pushing for a chance to win as well. Here's gonna be Ricci door 2 on 5-8 so.
There are 3 left in the wall. Nothing really disguising this weight, so might have to rely on Itsumo. For someone to shove against this. There's a
Is he
chance.
considering calling for like the toy push, but instead it's just gonna let it pass and fold out with the Haku. Could have been Ishan 10, I believe.
There's a world where Christian tries to push, but ended up cutting Hatsu Huts instead.
Yeah.
If she had drawn early into like Suanko Jianshanten, might have
I
tried
think
to
the tiles she had to push were like quite bad. Like I know Forso is stuck in hand. That tile looks really bad.
2 pin as well is right next to Dora.
2
She
pin as
can't
well, yeah.
see the Kabe, so only one
Understandable.
chance. Three is clear. 3 mon.
Yeah, maybe you can Mawashi a Cheeto, although that's also hard with 5 pin Anko. You actually like hate the 5. And Anko of a dangerous tile is just like the worst thing when you're trying to Mawashi Cheeto.
Yeah, and then you've got the Suji on the other side if you try to go for a Toy Toy or Suanko. Like 5-5-5-2, none of those are safe. So Christine will find a safe path out. I believe there is now 1 final tile on the wall, the last 8 so. Somehow Jonathan has found Tempai. If he
Would
wants
have to
it.
push 5 pin, which looks quite terrible. What else does Jonathan have? It's going to Tsumugiri 7, so.
Is there anything else though?
All the Pinzu look dangerous.
The Monzu look relatively.
Monzu is Suji.
Yeah, but the reach tile was in the upper Monzu, so if it's something like a 9-8 shape, that could be bad. Yeah, I don't think you have anything better though. 6 instead. Half Suji. I don't know if there's a Kabe in the other tiles. He can see 1, 2, 3, 5s. So it's like half Suji and 1 chance. In the end, it will be Zulong, the only player Tempai, picking up 1,000 from each. Not getting the monster Sumo there, but retains the dealership, and we'll go again in South 2, repeat 1.
And this hand does not look as strong as the last one. No real way to call. And the shapes aren't that great. Does at least have a 7 pin floating tile, which could accept Dora, so maybe if some good draws. Could still find like a Ricci or something. Looking, oh, that's a finds another pair in 7 pin, and with the Haku pair, we could see Leon get a pretty fast hand here. Picks up a 6 mon as well. This is going to be Ishan 10.
Yeah, with that draw,
Call Haku. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say with that draw, he might pass it because winning.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. Like, because Haku would be Haku Nomi.
There is a Ricci stick in a
Guard?
Homba, but I'm not sure that's enough to justify it.
Your pair is, yeah, I think you have to call just because it's not a very easy hand to complete men's in. With like all the pairs.
Yeah, if he's super greedy, might consider Sanako as an option. Oh, hello, Dora. Well, now that makes calling a little bit
I wonder if we're
nicer.
gonna see, okay, I was wondering if we were going to see 9 so called for like a Chinitsu attempt from Christine, but let's that one pass. Oh, and now a 5 pin would deal in if Christine does try to go for a Chinitsu.
has been greeting this 5-pin for the Dora acceptance, and there are Dora in the wall to be drawn, so not necessarily confirmed to deal in just yet. It did look like a hand that is looking more and more like it wants to be Chinitsu. She would probably try the 5-pin first. Oh, uh-oh. Second Dora draws.
See a shift for... I guess what the Takame here would be... Haku door 3 at this point now.
Oh, 369?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna see.
There are 3 tiles in the wall for this weight. Little did...
Well, I'm gonna push the Ishan 10.
Leon actually had both Dora tiles in the wall to draw, perhaps. And it's going to be an interesting question. If he draws the 6-pin, we'll probably shift to a Nobetan for the Mangan.
Scene finds another Sozu tile, and it's now going to push that 5-pin, which doesn't deal in anymore.
Oh.
Oh, this is Tempai, I think, right?
It is if you cut the 6.
Yeah, Tempai.
So. But you could also just cut 7 Mons. Oh, no, takes the Tempai, avoids the deal in. Takes the Richi Nomi.
7 Sorichi.
I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference. I think I prefer the 6 Sorichi because there's no pink.
We have the funny situation where we have 2 players waiting on 5-8 Mon. And one Ryama and one on Champon.
And the other player on 369. All the Mons are lighting up at this point. It's long just getting out of here, no doubt.
Steam probably feels bad about like drawing these Sozu until... Well, I guess first of all the wall shifted with the call, but also looking back on it, would realize that the Monzu would have dealt in and instead gets the Tsumo, so...
That was the last tile on the wall for the weight, too.
Here it is. So Christine is rewarded for resisting the urge to go for Chinitsu there.
I'm not sure I would have been able to,
in, gets a win.
I guess I'd be
the
dealing
Chinitsu is extremely tempting.
39 but, and Homba. Christine
was probably pretty aware of how dangerous it was to cut like those. I think it was like a 6-7 Mon into the open hand.
Yeah, especially after...
That was part of the reason.
Especially after they cut tiles so close to Dora. They should be around Tempai.
Yeah.
Leon opens up to Dora 3, though.
Here we go again with another strong dealer hand. Could maybe go for a open Tanyo here as a way to call. I mean, it's like the first thing you look at. It's like, oh, I have Dora 3. How can I open my hand?
Right. Christine might be committing to the Honitsu this time, though. Oh, sweet 7
especially if another Monzu draw.
Has all the blocks she needs for Honitsu.
Ooh. Zalong finds another pair. Now Chito Ishan 10.
Boom.
It's gonna go for the Toy Toy though here. The 6-pin pawn. It's nice to start with a 6-pin because that's like one of the harder ones to call.
Christine
still have the West one.
Back-to-back insane draws. Chun followed up by the 3-mon. Now she's overblocked for Honitsu. Be very interesting to see.
Got a couple of strong hands here.
Ooh, and Leon's opening up. That 3-mon might be coming out soon, which would put Zalong into Tempai. No, it will not.
Oh, here's Tempai, and this is gonna get called by Christine. Just gonna decide which pair to break here. I think I like 7 Mon. Gonna go for the 9 Mon. I suppose 9 Mon's once cut. I didn't quite notice that, so... Oh, and there comes the 5 Mon. This is gonna deal in to the Tanyo Door 3, 12,000 points. And maybe first place is back... Well, it's still a very big lead, okay.
Yeah, Jonathan had such a big margin. He really doesn't want to see this, though, because... I mean, 12,000 points is a lot to lose for one. But also, that's putting multiple players close to getting back over the 30,000 mark, which would also lose his bonus 5 points of Uma, so... Very unfortunate that Dora was hidden in hand. And hello, Christine. What is going on over here?
Here we go. Chun or live?
Completely?
Completely live. So we have a real shot here at That could challenge first place right there.
That would definitely take over first place. I am rooting to see some tunes.
Oh man,
Ishanten.
we're gonna might be in this situation. I mean, actually, pretty well set up for Shosan again here.
Yeah, that would be at least
Which,
Mongan. We should put you over 30,000 and in second place.
yeah, you would definitely take it.
Especially having the last dealership and hitting Jonathan directly, she might. But if she finds a pair, no doubt we'll be thinking about the Daisangan chance. In the meantime, Zilong opening up. Ishanten for 789 Sanchiku with Adora. Oh, there it is!
Oh,
Senpai.
senpai. Can we find? I mean, no one's gonna drop the tune, but like, if you can draw the Anko yourself, I mean, imagine you have to take Roan if it's offered. I don't think you can be so greedy to pass, unless. I mean, like Christine does want points. I don't know how greedy she wants to be for Yakuman.
Here's the
It's kind of hard to
Senpai
pass
for
Mongon.
Zilong, waiting on 3-so.
And both the tunes are still available. I guess this 3-so could get Christine trouble if she draws
Senpai
Tune. Like,
for...
might off to wait 3-so Tonki, but then we'll probably swap off that for just about anything.
Tenpai 4, Jonathan as well not taking the Rishi here. Way too scared to take a Rishi, even with Tanya Dora 1 and a Jiamin wait.
Yeah, it does notably have that Tanya though, so it can still roam here and end this this round. There is one in Leon's hand, but we'll see. I mean, that looks at this point might just be defending against Christine. Oh, and there's going to be the Sumo to shut down Christine's chance here.
Yeah, she didn't even have the chance to win on the 2-so or the 5-so, which was I think 7 live in the wall.
Crazy.
Insane.
Well, at least gets a decent hand here in all last. Now finds the 8-so to even connect up to that Dora, but it's got pretty nice shapes. Kind of has to decide what block to cut. It's going to be the Sozu or the Pinzu Ryonkan here. That is going to get called for like a Chanta or South Yakuhai or both here from Jonathan. We also had the Hatsu called from Zalong.
Everyone open it. Oh,
Looking to just let's see. This would be it would be enough to get to a second place here. This is a very close battle.
Christine deciding to hold the pin shape. Yishanten now. It's a long. After 2 calls, the hand still looks a bit of a mess. Still Jian Shanten. I like this 3-so cut. It gives you the option to draw into Itsu. Jonathan Ishanten for that Chanta with potential double south.
Here it is. There's the south.
Just deciding which way to take preemptively. Goes with the Shabam. It makes a lot of sense. Where the 9-so is cut, where the 1-mon is pretty well locked into hand. So 2 tiles in the wall. Draw, but Christine finds Template with Slam.
There we go. Yeah, so gonna be Ricci Pinfu Door 1 here.
And Jonathan
says, on the 6-so and also that 9-so.
I just have to fight. I mean, that set was scary. If you deal to Ricci Potts Pinfu Dora, that's, you know, another 12,000 points you're paying out. But finds the Sumo instead, rewarded for the aggression. Sumo for Double Non Chanta 50 Fu with all of the terminal Ankos in hand. And that will shut this game down and leave Christine in last place. It's a long
kind of had 2 back-to-back nice hands there to try to make a comeback, but they were both shut down by Jonathan,
who ends up taking a very nice first place, the only player over 30,000 plus 46.5. And
that's going to be a huge first here. Going to be that. Let's see, is that enough to get into the promotion range? If maybe going to be just short.
Yeah, just.
But definitely makes it a lot closer. At least the guaranteed promotion spot, because we do predict that there's going to be a few extra promotion slots. So even like a 6th place is a pretty good spot to be.
Yeah, absolutely. We heard rumors that there are some hiatuses in A1. And if there are more hiatus, people going on hiatus, then there are people returning from hiatus. There's a chance that there might be a bonus promotion slot in A2. So cannot confirm bonus slot, but definitely you want to be in the top 6. Yeah, if you can be the next man out of that promotion zone, there's a reasonable chance you can get in. Jonathan does have to fight Viet for that spot, though. And also, Leon, after losing 7 points for the second place, will be in danger of dropping to that 6th slot as well, depending on the result of the next game.
Yeah, Jonathan and Leon getting a lot closer here. Zolong also loses a few points, but is still going to be maintaining that first spot overall.
Yeah, Jonathan, rather, Zolong opening up the season with just an amazing start, has been kind of coasting from here, always above 200 points, and
yeah, it's definitely not a big enough lead that you're safe at this point, but it's definitely put themselves in a good spot for sure.
I'm realizing just now that there are a couple players here with jumping into their last series, apparently already over 20 games. So I guess there's no position round in A2. We do have the second game starting, so.
And we have another dealer high pie with door pair here.
Jonathan has had some great dealer high pie. This one might be a little tricky to convert.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have like the Yakuhai that some of those other ones did, or like a Tanya with like an easy way to call. Just gonna have to probably rely on some good draws here and go for a Ricci. 7-so is one of those pretty nice draws.
Christine on the right with the east pair can open up. No value in the hand, but if we've learned anything, it's don't let Jonathan be dealer. Leon across the way, also looking like he's going to be aiming for a Ricci. Ricci door 1, waiting out the door indicator 8 pin. On the left, Zolong can open up for Tanya, but Zolong typically doesn't open up for just Tanya. Instead, has Chitoi Tenpai. Not slamming the Ricci, which indicates that he's going to wait for a better, well, wait.
Yeah, I think you can probably be a little more picky than 4-mon. Although Monzu does look reasonably cheap, I still think you can probably do better than 4-mon. It is kind of tricky to find, like, because a lot of your good weights get rid of Tanyo, but it's usually still worth, like, replacing Tanyo Dama with, like, Ricci. And here we go, probably gonna see 4-mon Ricci.
Yeah,
That's definitely what I would be doing here. Once cut 1-mon Suji Trap is, like, the perfect weight.
ends up just throwing it back, lost the Tanya.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big mistake. The win rate on 1-mon Suji Trap is so good. Now this is gonna be Ricci. Ricci just Kanchan Ricci Nomi. And it's gonna push a little bit with the 3-pin.
Does the long make the read?
8-mon.
Ricci.
Oh, here comes a Ricci. But with which tile? Oh, actually does Ricci with the 4-mon.
This is why you
I feel
Dama.
like this is probably more about just reading 8-mon as a good weight rather than 8-mon as a deal-in tile. But it's gonna work out. Well, we'll see. I mean, at least can't deal in at this point.
Yeah, there was 3-mon, 3-mon Tadashi, and then late 9-mon before the Ricci, but I don't know how much of that could be read as the 8-mon being dangerous. We will see.
I have a feeling, I mean, I can't know for sure, but I feel like a lot of the thinking was probably just like 8-mon looks like a pretty decent like Chitoi weight, and just wanted to take Ricci Tanyo Chitoi and preferred to wait on 8-mon than 4-mon, but it's hard to know for sure.
Oh, Christine just
if it was a read of danger, it was correct. Yeah, here we go.
No.
Oh, 8-mon double! The 8-mon came out with the senpai draw.
Ricci Uda, Ricci Chitoi, Tanyao.
Oof.
So 64, and of course, Richie Uda was 2,600.
Actually, pretty close when you consider
Both Richie
the
6 going
scores.
back
When you
to
consider
Leon.
that both the sticks were collected by uh by Leon.
All right. Well, this is a nice little high play for Christine. My first thought is, how
I'm
can I
gonna
use
just
the
cut Dora
Dora?
right off the
And
bat
she
here.
drops the
Yeah,
Dora. It's gonna be pawned by Zolong.
Zalong's hand is pretty slow, even after calling that. I mean, you can't pass Dora pawn. You got to try, but
Right.
we'll take some time.
Yeah, Christine was just looking at her hand set as well. I'm Ishan 10, so let's just drop the Dora and hold for the Tempai, and here it
Oh,
is. Oh wait, no, drop the 8, so
リーチ
we'll instead be waiting on the Ipeco. Reach Ipeco with 8 food in the bank, 10 food in the bank.
I wonder. I'd be tempted to Dama. You
And
get to increase your win rate and stop the pawn, and then I'm
チー
wondering if I would consider going for Honitsu. Probably not, but I think I would still just prefer Dama for the higher win rate here and try to stop this dealer pawn or the Yakuhai pawn.
yeah, of course, if you, after dealing into a double Ricci, when you had a Tempai of your own, there's a lot of incentive to just be like, I want those points back. Deal
That
in
is true.
Ricci,
Like,
go.
especially you have like a lot of chances at big Ura hits here with
Yeah.
all your tiles paired up. So there's like very reasonable chances for Sumal Ura 2 Mangan.
And the Tumon looks relatively hard for people to use, given that you've got so many of the 1s and 3s. It looks like Leon is actually moving towards a Mononitsu of his own. Ishantan, if he calls it, lets it pass though.
Oh, finally find Tempai of that on the 8 mon. Don't think that's gonna come out here too likely. Oh, okay, sorry, that's 7 mon. I scared myself. I was just saying 8 mon didn't come out, and then I saw Monzu from that direction be cut.
Yeah,
I
we've
got
got
scared.
3 7s out, so the 8 might start to look a little safer. The 2 mon, still 2 in the
Yeah.
wall, versus 1 8 mon in the wall.
None of the Pinzu really look safe. Oh
ロン
yeah, there it was. There's the 8 mon. Felt really bad about the Pinzu, and instead is gonna deal in with the 8 mon. There it is. That's the Yakuhai Door 3.
And this is a nice start for Zolong. 64, followed by 8,000. Into first place. Still not the only player at or above 30,000. It's Jonathan. It's just kind of been sitting here and observing the action. Exactly at 30,000 points. Leon wants to pick up something to make up for that 8,000 loss on his dealership.
Solong probably has the best hand here again. It's a pretty decent 2-shan-10 at this point.
Yeah, it
You
seems to
could
be...
maybe see Leon consider calling for a Tanya here.
And
Try to speed this hand up, but it's not. The shapes aren't that great.
moved in that direction, right? Drew the 5-so pair instead of just throwing it back and holding the diamond shape. Said, I'll go pay, and move in the direction of Tanya.
Has managed to get to a 2-shan-10 for it.
So it's Jonathan is also drawn into Ishanten, Kutsuki.
Oh, didn't want the 3 mon. Was really concerned about that 1 mon Fruity draw, but I feel like that's being a little too scared of Fruity. The 3 mon is just so much easier to connect to than like those 2-pin or 8. So with the Yonrin Kai shape.
Mm-hmm. We'll see the 8-so pulled from Leon Tempai for Tanya only waiting on the 4 mon, and that's pretty well locked in. Well, 4-7 upgrade now, although the 7s are currently held by Zilong. They might
I
end
wonder
up
why
coming
this
out.
south was held from Jonathan.
Boom.
Oh, and here comes the 7-1. That was I'm not sure why the 7-1 came out actually.
I think there are just a lot of
Guess
pin pairs in hand. I wanted to hold the four pin pair and the 2-4-4 so shape. As I said, I'll just confirm the Ipeko, which is the only real value in the hand anyway. I guess it was Sun Uncle, perhaps. I don't know how many of those pairs were cut.
let's get a dealer repeat here. And has another chance to open up for Tanyo. Especially after drawing 7-so here.
Still doing okay on the right, outside of the multitude of Kanchan shapes. Does have door acceptance. And, of course, 8. You dream about drawing the door itself, followed by drawing into 6, 7, 8 Sanshouku.
Christine had a really good 3-pin draw. Now her hand's looking really strong here. With already a Kutsuki Ishan 10 and even has chances at E2.
Yeah, I love this 9-pin keep. Not really the classical tile for Kutsuki. And I guess, so, if you do something like, 6-0, would you hold that in
I would
favor of the
throw 6-so
9-pin?
just because it's 30-10 chance, but
Well, let's say
without the
5-0. 5-0 instead.
30-10. Yeah, 5-so I would keep. Because that even has Sanshoku chance.
Mm-hmm.
I guess 6-so also does. You could maybe keep 6-so even despite 30-10. Like, 8-pin being door makes me kind of want to hedge towards the E2. Be a tough decision.
Yeah,
Dealer
definitely.
also has got a pretty decent hand at this point. We have another Kutsuki Ishan 10 from Dealer as well. Wide Ishan 10 already.
So the 7, probably the worst draw of those Sozu for the 5-6-7 Sanshoku. That
Yeah.
has big 50-10. The only one that doesn't give you 50-10 is the 5-so draw follow-up when
Here's
you're
going
on
to be a
Kanchan.
Tenpai. It's not. Oh, sorry, that
Eat!
was not 8-mon. That was 6-mon. So there's going to be Dealer getting Tenpai first. Take the Richi Tanya Dora 1 on the 7-pin.
And not very big win rate here, but we'll see if it scares away the rest of the table.
Going to be good enough for a Mongon if it is Tsumode. There's one left here. Now Christine finds Tenpai. Let's see if she's willing to push the 9-pin here. She sure is. There we go. Chasing Richi here. Richi Tanyo.
It is not
4
live in the
mon.
wall.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to come out either.
Jonathan actually Ishan then across the table has the
Yeah,
safe.
Jonathan could maybe fight this. Here we go. Yep, finds Tenpai. 3-6 mon.
Oh, wow. The last
7
7
pin.
pin in the wall.
There it is. It's going to be enough for first place here, overtaking Zilong.
40,000 now, and the dealership remains. This iPod is really awkward. It makes me uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah, not a easy route. Probably just like you have to just make efficient discards and sort of see what happens. But definitely not a hand I'm too excited about.
Yeah, these early cuts all make a lot of sense. The big question is going to be this Dora Penchon. Will we have to cut that eventually?
Right. Yeah, like might go like 1 pin, and then consider just dropping the penchant for Tanya later. I think that's what I would sort of be doing.
Goes for the Jiancon shape instead. Zilong on the right has a Tanyao path. Also 4 pairs. We saw him make Chitoi Tanyao earlier in this game. Across the way, Jonathan. That is actually Ishanten.
Yeah, has a like would like to draw sort of. Actually, I would have kept 8-mon for sure. Cause I guess you lose like the Sozu draws. I kind of want to keep the Sanshoku though. With 8-mon.
Yeah, I guess the 6-mon overlaps with the 5 anyway, but the 7-mon draw would have been pretty sweet there.
Yeah.
And you don't gain that much, I think, from holding the 8 pin. So
I think you. Yeah, I would have kept the 8 mon, and then actually just threw it out for a safe tile. So basically saying I prefer safe tile over like the Sanchoku.
but we do have
For
Tempai
now,
now.
I'm Tempai actually gonna just Dama the 4 mon. Tanya Nomi. Instant come out right here.
It's 1300 for Jonathan. That does put an end to Leon's dealership. Guess there's the home ball as well.
East 4 here, and this looks like a decently fast dealer hand. I think your shapes are too good to consider Chinitsu, but probably just got a pretty quick like Ricci Pinfu here. Yeah, now Ishan 10 already. Finding that 2-pin.
Yeah, Diamen with a 4-5 shape and the 4-5 pin. 4-5 mon and 4-5 pin, I should say. Ooh, do we
I guess
reconsider?
you can go once-o, and then
Yeah,
on certain pins you draws, you go Chinitsu.
We could seriously
it's just
consider
kind of
this
free.
now.
There's no reason not to go once-o. I don't know why we don't try. Cause like, what if you drew like a 7-pin or something? And then you just keep 7-pin for free. Like the Chinitsu path here, I think was very open. I don't really get why we don't go for it.
And then interesting chief from Jonathan. Looks like a play for Chanta/Junchan. And here's your 7-pin draw. Of course, the draws were shifted, so it probably wouldn't have happened this way, but...
I mean...
We did see Sumo give you 4 pins. That would have been...
I guess this is Ipeco Dora? Maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's not bad. If you're not going to do Chinitsu. It's because this gives you Ipeco as well. I didn't think about that.
You could just
maybe this is good.
Cut the 1 pin instead. And
right.
Hold for the 6 pin.
Yeah, that would keep 6 spin. So that was definitely a better way to break it. But I think I like the idea of keeping the 9 pin.
Yeah, cutting it early means that you're not you don't have this Ricci Suji trap anymore.
So. Yeah, but that's not worth it because you're giving up 6 pin draws, just a disaster. I think overall the idea here is not bad though. Just start with 1 pin instead of 5 pin.
Oh, look at this Sumo.
Wow.
This is
it works there.
That's a long
Ricci or Ipeco Sumo.
This is the reason why he's in first place overall in this division. Just has this vision for monster hands and finds another Mongon, so right back into first place. Ooh, could this be another pairs hand? We've got 4 of them. Yeah, the shapes aren't awkward enough that we have to force it, but we're kind of moving that direction. 5 mon is Dora, so easily usable by the rest of the players. On the right, looks like could have a Ricci pretty soon. Relatively good shapes there. Across the way, West Call, Christine opening up for perhaps West only. And on the left, there are 2 Dora in the hand, but those shapes are a little awkward. Leon will try to make it happen with a Tanya, though.
Yeah, door 2, definitely worth giving it a shot here.
Uhaku pair, that's something for Christine, who can now consider, Yakuhai Honitsu for a Mongon.
Yeah, I think that's a really good option here.
They're just forcing
it. In fact, I'm going to go for it. There we go.
Quite like this. I mean, if you draw the 6 mon, you can reconsider.
Right. You can kind of count like the 6, 7, 7, 9 as like 2 bad blocks. So... And then, you still plenty of time to just draw into other Honitsu tiles, although we're going to see a Tempai here. 3 mon, 5 mon. That 5 mon being the Dora here for the Mongon. So you're going to call into Ishan 10.
Ooh. It's a great draw. Improves the Ishan 10 massively for its long.
Yeah, this is all of a sudden looking quite nice.
Ishan 10 for Christine, though. Oh, there's the 3 mon. That will deal it.
Comes out right away. Yeah, the Ishan 10 is way too good to consider doing anything else.
Yeah. So that does tighten things up here in South 1. We are shifting back to Jonathan in the second dealership. In third place currently. The goal is to get over 30,000 first, and then we'll see what happens. Hype High is pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. We'll see if anything can connect to that Dora. It's kind of on its own here. You could maybe cut like 2-pin first, but I feel like unless you pair it up, it's going to be hard to use. And they could start with 8-pin or Dora. I feel like either is fine. Don't know about Tumon. That Yorenkai was pretty good.
Yeah, interesting choice. Perhaps just saying I have the blocks I need already, so I have the room to float some other.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel so excited about like the 579 Ryonkan. I'd be kind of looking to improve that if I could.
That's true. It did end up getting improvement though, and it really feels like Jonathan is planning on the Dorataki. And now that the doors come out twice,
feel that way.
Maybe we'll move back to a different plan.
Boom.
Haku's going to be called here. It's already going to be Tenpai. 2 5-pin. Just Haku only. But trying to stop Jonathan's dealership before it can get going.
Yeah, and will, in fact. Oh, doesn't take the Tenpai. Okay, Jonathan says, I don't like the twice cut 8, so I could do better. I can get Tanya, I can get... Is there a Sancho here? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a very reasonable... Oh, wow, rewarded
Yeet.
here. This is going to be 1 2
4
1 2 4 7.
Nice. Jonathan dodges the deal and finds an insane Tenpai of his own. In the meantime, Zolong draws into Ipeko, but might not be able to shove against this dealer Ricci. Holds the Ishan
Try
10
that
though.
one so.
Dong.
Here comes
Oh,
the
the 5
5-pin.
out. Gambutsu to the Ricci. Christine will deal in. Not to the expensive hand, but she will need to find something on her dealership to make a comeback here. And that's
Finding yourself in 4th place here. See if she can start to make a comeback on this dealership. Does start with the Yakuhai pair. So maybe call that for a quick win here and get some Renchons. We see an Onko already in Leon's hand. But has a 4-5 shape to accept the door as well. Onko across the way as well in Zalong's hand, who looks to have a pretty quick hand.
Oh, I was actually looking at Zolong. I saw the Ankh of East and thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, we had a couple of Onkos.
Jonathan, this is Atosuke, but also could be a Honitsu shift.
Yeah, I think probably, yeah, there's the Honitsu.
Ooh, Christine
Seen thinking about Adezuke of her own, but it's gonna just pass that first one. And does get to find a Dora draw. So that's not too bad.
Unfortunately
Although
for her,
hard to use here with all the 4-pin in use.
yeah, Pinzu in high demand.
Boom.
This 2-pin adds 1 extra tile acceptance.
And
importantly, it adds the Chankan chance.
Ah, yeah, that would be fun.
Oh, second Dora for Jonathan. Can he use that? We'll see.
Boom.
Team finds the Yaku High. Gonna be Ishan 10. This 8-pin might come out, which would get called, I imagine. Just take the Tenpai.
Which
Boom.
Tenpai? Do we want the 3-pin Dora Tsanki? Yes, Jonathan.
There it is. It is completely dead, and unless, yeah, I don't imagine it ever gets discarded. I can't really think of what would cause that to happen.
There's a shift here to the 5-pin. Doesn't take it.
Stick with the Dorotanki. I think that 5-pin seems like a pretty reasonable shift. You honestly don't even need Dora. Like, you could have just waited 7-pin. I guess the Dora would give you Hanimon. Right? Or is it not even Hanimon? It's not even Hanimon.
Honitsu Dora 3 is Hane.
You're right. It is Honeyman. Okay.
And there are toy draws, I guess. The 4-pin draw, I should say.
Oh, we do have a Ricci as well. Just Ricci no me. Not
Yeah.
afraid of this
Zalung just
three
does
pawn
not care. Says,
Honitsu
I
hand
can
here.
beat this.
It is Ryamen weight. It's a very strong weight. This 5/8 mon.
Maybe Zalung realizes that it's a dead weight and says, you know what? I just don't care. I've got more tiles
Can't
live
deal in
in
at
the
the
world than you.
moment. And it's not like Jonathan really wants to push Dora to change weight. So I might just be sticking with this 3-pin. Oh, North is so tempting. Oh, it's what, hell weight? Oh,
Yeah,
that's a tempting weight.
Can you drop 3-pin against this Ricci? I don't know.
Yeah, if it wasn't a hell weight, maybe. It is tough to deal in with Dora, but man, is that a tempting weight.
Christine has been missing this 1/4 pin. Such a hard tile to find. 5/8 mon still very live in the wall, even though there's only 12 tiles left. Feels like we're going to see one any second now. Jonathan misses. Christine draws
There's one at
Tempai.
Amon.
There they were.
Finally,
5 mon, 8 mon, 5 mon, 8 mon. Just 4 tiles or three tiles in a row. 8 mon, 5 mon, 8 mon. Well, it's a look at too much. I actually was too busy counting tiles. I didn't see if if there was any Uda there. I don't think so.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, only minimal points gained. But still, first place for Zalong. We moved to South 3, and Christine did everything she could in that hand, just couldn't find the 1-pin or the 4-pin.
Yeah, that was always going to be tough. And just didn't find it.
So this is Leon's chance as the dealer to make up the gap in one fell swoop. 4,600 necessary here. Hand's looking like it wants to be 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku with Junchan possible. Oh, that 5 so draws is not welcome. I mean, it helps, but we'd rather have had the 8 so for sure.
Christine deciding her hand is too hard to win without calling, so it's just going to open up and looking probably
she has a
just
path
for
to
like
a manga, and this 8 mon draw really makes it clear. You draw 6-pin, and you wait toward Tonki after drawing the 8 so or the manga.
that'd be fun. 3-pin is a really nice draw here. Probably just gonna cut away from the 7/5 so. Oh, actually gonna go for the 2 so instead.
I really like.
Doesn't like the overlapping 2-2-3-3, but that, I mean, you had like the ultimate like Takame of like 1 so 1 so Junshan.
Yeah, I think Leon's valuing the efficiency here.
It's not, the efficiency's not even that much better. Like it's slightly wider to Tempai. You get to add 6 so. But yeah, I guess it is just wide because I guess if you draw 1 so you don't have good weight anymore, but you have Sanchoku, so I guess you're not too sad.
Right.
I don't know. I would be tempted to just.
Oh no,
try
yeah,
for
I
1 so
absolutely
1
I throw the
so.
5 so there, and then if I draw the 8, so I can cut the 3-2 and get the sick 1-4 weight. But oh, Christine drew the wrong side. I wonder if this was the spot to actually be greedy and not take the Tempai.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't know.
not.
It's not even like that easy to get a lot of value with this hand. I think you just take your 1,000 points. It's not ideal, but kind of hard to use Dora. Like, what are you hoping to do? Like, pawn 7 so wait over Tonki or something? Draw another Dora? It's not really that easy.
Here's that 1 so draw, and Leon
Oh,
is.
there's the Dora.
Beach.
I think Leon was greeting the 8 so or 9 so draw, but after the third Dora came out, so okay, you know what? This is good enough. We'll just take our Ricci Sanchoku. Oh, but we'll draw the deal and towel for Christine, who will pick up 1,000 extra 1,000 here. And in all last, there are some. Well, 2 people have battles. It's DeLong versus Leon. And Jonathan versus Christine.
So long has a chance to increase the lead here further with a pretty decent high pie. It's missing a pair, but has like Sanchoku chance of good blocks and has a Dora, which is kind of would be the ideal pair if you can find another one of those. Christine maybe gonna go for like a Kokoshi with that hand. That's kind of a mess.
It looks like a Chitoy
Yeah, I
slash
guess you only have like
Chanta.
7 unique. Chanta Chitoy, the hand is pretty bad.
Like if you need a Hanemon, Chitoy is one of the ways to get there.
That's definitely true. It does have 3 pairs and a Dora, so yeah, I could see a Chitoy working.
Well, I guess it depends on how many Kokushi tiles you draw. She's thinking about it.
Right, you can kind of go like 7 pin or something. No, looks like the plan is going to be well. I mean, Naima's not even that bad at Chitoy tile. I wonder if she's. I wonder what she's thinking.
Maybe just hedging the Chitoy, and I guess you don't lose that much from cutting Haku though if you're not planning to do Kokushi. So we'll find out. Leon on the left though is just drawing insanely well.
Yeah,
Ishunten
look at
already.
that.
Not a good Ishunten, but can
No,
definitely be
one
improved.
of those ones you gotta like try to look at it for a bit to find the Ishanten.
Right? It's always that like Kanchan fill, and you're like, oh great, I can drop this other Kanchan and just have a great Ishunten. And you that's in your brain, so you don't even consider the fact that, oh actually that's Tempai if I want to take it, but I really don't.
It's the back for 8 pin. Let's see if this Ryamen's kept. It might not be. It might just be 8 pin Sumugiri. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
that
don't
makes
mind
sense.
this. Just because we can call into Tanyo Tempai and
Right. You would kind of like a Ricci if you want chances at first, but you do have the option just to call for a Tanyo and just secure second. You could go like, I guess Ricci Tanyo Tsumo is not quite enough. If you get Pinfu, you can get there. There's like chances at 567 Sanshoku, which also give enough value here.
Christine would be Kokushi Ishunten.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's a 3-pin draw,
It's
which a bit of an improvement. You probably cut away from Sozu here.
yeah, have that and Totsu wait in the future, the 2-pin, 3-6-pin.
Not gonna keep it.
This is also still Ishunten.
4-mon draw. It's now gonna cut away from 7-pin.
Oh goodness.
So not gonna try for that Sanshoku. Oh, finds a 4-pin.
This
Not quite
is
Tempai yet, but
Mega
very wide
Ishunten,
Ishanten.
yeah. What is the most efficient cut? Is it the 5-pin or the 8-mon?
I think 5-mon is best. Because this is like Yonrinkai, Kutsuki Ishanten. Which you can't really do better than. You even have
Oh
like,
yeah,
if
because
you
you get
draw
the
3
two.
6 so, you
Yeah,
even have like the summon Shonen Manzu.
yeah, definitely the best. Here's the 4-5-6 chance.
Yeah. You kind of had choices between 3, 4, 5, and 4,
Right,
5,
I'm not
6. I
maybe
think
just
4,
taking
5, 6 is easier.
this because it's confirmed. And here it is, Tempai.
Oh, 7-mon. This is 4, 5, 6. So you can Dom, right? Yeah, Dama Tanya Sanchoku is 52, which is not enough, I guess. So you need Sumo. Maybe Ricci then?
Yeah, but this weight's also kind of terrible.
It is 7, 8-mon. It's only 2 tiles, yeah. I guess that's a reason to Dama. You could try to improve the weight still.
Yeah, a lot of improvements though might risk losing the Sanchoku.
Christine has been working towards a Chitoy.
Yeah, it has
Did
drawn
manage to
the
get the
door
Ishan
pair.
10.
And also Kokushi died, so she never would have gotten there. We can breathe a sigh of
See if
relief.
the Chitoy does.
It's amazing to me that all seven. Oh, I guess one seven sil's cut, but 3 7 sil are still in the wall for Zalong's weight here.
That is pretty crazy.
Are there 3 dead walled? There are 3 dead walled. Okay.
I wonder if it makes sense for Zalong to break Tempai there.
Yeah, the gap is
I'd be
wide
kind
enough
of
that he
tempted
could
too.
safely do that and still retain first place. But I mean, honestly, with the current position, I think he'd be totally justified to do that. But at the same time, with the current position, you might as well have some more fun, right?
Yeah,
What's the worst that could
you know,
happen?
you get to
Deal
play more
into
Mahjong.
Kochi?
It's always can't be a wrong choice.
Right.
Although, yeah, well, looking at my eyes immediately are drawn to Jonathan's hand here. It looks like has a pretty good hand here. I guess not a ton of. Well, Sanchoku would be a ton of value. Hold on. Could I at least maybe get to? Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if you can get to 30,000. You need like Hanuman.
Yeah.
Maybe it's possible if Sanchoku.
I mean, if there's a Ricci stick, Mongon would do it.
That's true.
At least he's going to put himself in that in as close to position as he can. Christine, in the meantime, also angling for that Hanuman with a Honitsu
Yeah,
in the Dora suit.
that could definitely be some pretty big value.
Of course, when the Dora is a
He's already
Yakuhai.
managed to get all honor and pin tiles. They're actually like pretty good Pinzu tiles as well. You do kind of have like 4 useless honors still, but it's a pretty good setup for a Honitsu.
Honitsu Itsu as one path to Hanuman, and you don't even need the Dora in that case, which is important because she will never find it at this point.
Yeah, Zolong did get that Dora pair here.
Do you have Ishaten on
If
the
this hand
left?
completes, could definitely get paid off for this greed of keeping the game going here. An extra, basically like 12 rank points or whatever could definitely go a long way.
Tenpai on the 6 pin. Not a
Yeah, no Yaku
satisfactory
here.
Tenpai for Jonathan. Won't take the Ricci. There is an upgrade in the form of the 4 pin for either Tanya or Pinfu. Probably Pinfu. Oh, it's 50-10, so just Tanya then. Cutting the 1 pin.
リーチ
And
Here
well,
we have a Ricci.
it's Itsu in a different suit. On Hell Weight too, so
Ricci, Itsu, Hellweight, Tuso. Yeah, I guess would need a sumo or
Sumo.
direct hit.
speaking of,
There we go. Just Menzen sumo gonna end it here.
Jonathan probably think, wow, if I Ricci'd Patsumo, hit an Uda, there's my Mangon, there's the Ricci stick I needed to make 12,000, to 30,000, I should say. It's fine. We probably wouldn't have seen that Ricci from Leon otherwise, but it's long. Picking up another first place this season has been in total control in A2, plus 32.6. Leon, a very strong second place, will jump him up to third place overall. Jonathan dips back down to 117 in 7th position now. And Christine takes the 4th place here. Got a bit unlucky. Some of those hands hit Tempai, but it was DeLong Leon taking the wins. And quick check to see if they're playing more in this division or not. Oh. I see that another series has started. It looks like they're finished with their 2 games here.
I think they did start another game, if we want to stick at this table.
Oh, you're right, they did. Yeah, I do have no real reason to watch one table or the other one.
I mean, this has been a good series. I'm fine just staying here for the night if that works for you.
All right, let's do it. We also haven't seen, there have been a couple players on this table who we haven't seen very much of this season, so I am quite interested in seeing how the series plays out. Of course, the other table's also in A2, so we'll keep an eye out on the scores as those come in. That's more on the lower end of the standings here, and we can see it's very tightly contested at that demotion line. Looks like Kenyon, Alfred, and a couple other players at that table. But here we are, East 1 in game number 3.
See if Christine can get off to a better start in this one. Has a pretty decent dealer hand here.
Yes. Nice. Dianche on 10 already.
Although Zalong might be able to also threatening here with a Honitsu here. Looking for that Haku, which is in the wall. Has a loose tune, which might come out and possibly get called by Christine, although it's going to start with cutting those gust wins first.
Yeah, East is door, so that's probably the last honor to come out of his hand. Nice hand for Leon on the left as well. That has hit Ishatan. And this 2-pin is looking amazing if he chooses to reach you later. Unfortunately, it's actually paired up by Jonathan across the way.
So he might just pass this now that... Okay, she's going to call it. Does give a better Ishan 10.
Yeah, and also...
After the call. 6-1 also going to get Cheed. Ishan 10 for the Honitsu, but there's the first Tempai with the Richi Shampon. It is just Richi no Mi.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Christine to justify folding here, so I think we'll just see the ones will come back out. Oh, two first.
Gonna try the Tumon, yeah.
Not sure if that's any safer, but... Oh, Tempai hit by Zalong as well for the Honitsu, potential Itsu.
Like there is still 2 of those 9-mon left for that 22E2.
Ooh, Dora.
Imagine you have to push. Yeah, door twice cut. You
That's fine.
can't do anything.
Leon
about
loves
that.
to wait on it, but Waku draw. It's the same value either way.
You
So
gotta
I think
stick with just the
wider
better
weight.
weight here.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, we
It
don't
says,
have to stick
I'm
with the
gonna
better
Genbutsu
weight.
snipe.
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't know. Does this work against the Honitsu who just overflowed 8-mon?
Yeah, I guess
it does.
Wow.
There's my answer. It absolutely does.
How? Okay. Maybe it
So
looks
there
like
we
he's
go.
folding.
Could been, yeah, I don't know, but definitely got him with the Genbutsu 7-mon. Pick up the Honitsu Haku 5,200 point hand and the Richi stick.
I'm honestly amazed that worked.
Yeah, it worked immediately as well.
Yeah, Jonathan must have been out of stage house. I mean, he did have the winning 2 pins that would have dealt in for sure.
It's really hard to like judge defense when you're commentating 4 different hands.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Can't.
I have
you
no
don't have
idea
time to, like,
what was in his
look
hand at
see
that
how
point.
many safe tiles.
All right, Zalong getting off to a good start. I mean, I feel like that's been the case for him kind of all season long, so not terribly surprising to us. Looking forward to seeing Zalong back in A1. I may not be there, but the rest of A1 will be happy to see him, or not happy to see him, depending on how you look at it. And this iPie is going to be very interesting, given the pay in hand. We'll wonder how long it's going to be held. The Dora honor tile. And yeah, we'll be cut immediately after Christine drops hers. She's working towards perhaps a 2-3-4 Sanchka. That would be lovely to have. It does give it up in favor of the better shapes. I actually don't mind cutting the 7-pin there and holding the Diancon 246 because you have a chance at Sanchoku in a position where you're kind of needing value. And 3-pin backfire is a little sad. But Leon will draw into Tempai here on the 5-8 Mon for East only. I guess perhaps.
Sees along, just probably deciding whether or not to go Tanyo. And it's not going to go for it, just going to take the Ishan 10. I mean, could still maybe become Tanyo later, but not going to commit to it by cutting 1-2 Mon.
Yeah, the Hoodie 10 also a slight issue for Christine here. Jonathan's finding a route here. Ishanta now.
It's gonna be Tempai. Let's see if it's
Riichi.
taken. There was like massive upgrade if you draw like 4 Mon, but that's just one tile, so it's just gonna take the Riichi Nomi here.
Yeah, there's only 2 of those in the wall. It turns out there are actually 0 in the wall from our perspective. That Ricci probably saves Christine from dealing in.
What you could have done, I think would have been a decent option, is just break Tempai with 1 Mon, and then keep 6 pin and 2 Mon, like floating tiles for like a Tanyo basically.
Yeah.
So you either draw around 6 pin and have Tanyo, or you draw the 4 Mon for your Sanshoku.
I think DeLong probably would have considered that a better possibility much earlier in the hand, but as it was, we were getting to the end of the second row and probably said, you know what, this Ricci's fine.
That is true. Ideally, Ricci can still like make people fold, and then you just collect like Tempai payments.
Right, with Dora it's
Try to
so
get another
hard to
wrench on.
use. It's hard for the other player to have value to justify fighting with, and
Yeah, that is true. The North being Dora is also definitely a big part of this decision.
dealer, just by nature of the 1.5 multiplier to their wins, automatically has a little extra value. So definitely makes it tough for anyone to fight here. We'll see. Ryukyoku, almost certainly. Christine thinks about cheating and says, you know what, I don't want so long to have another draw, so let's just not do that. Good decision.
Ooh. Looks like a pretty decent hand. At least the 7-8-9 and the 2-3-4 are very strong here. It's got a few honors to like trim through, but overall I'd be pleased to open this high.
Oh, it's only getting better. Ricci, Pinfu, Dora. My Pinfu. It's okay, we can draw 3 Mon. All gray hands elsewhere as well. Jonathan on the right. Some gorgeous looking shapes. Dora accepting 4-pin. Nakabukude shape in the Sozu. Diamond in the upper Sozu. All excellent tiles. Leon as well. Amazing shapes. And Christine also. Everyone's got a good hand.
Yeah, that is. Oh, there's the 3 Mon.
Okay, my Pinfu's there.
Tenpai.
Ricci, Pinfu, Dora, 4-7, so is not very live. There are only 3 tiles in the wall. But a lot of time to draw.
This is not an easy Ricci to defend against here.
Yeah, good luck. Honor, 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 honor. Oh, Dora. I think we're just going to see some people fighting.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do anything else here. Oh, 6 is a good draw. That's a decent Tanyo Ishan 10.
With 2 sticks and a humpa, it makes it a lot more worthwhile to take this fight.
Especially since, like, what else are you doing? Well, Forso looks like came out on the right for just the widest Ishan 10.
Oh.
Again, just like no safety. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Udo for the kill. It's so sad, you know, you're trying to defend against that, and so long as discarded half of a Daisangen, over half of a Daisangen.
Jeez.
Hatsu, Chun Chun, Haku, something like that. It's like
And we got another?
nothing but Daisangen and Double East and Adora. It's like all the values
Yeah,
sitting
you
there in
kind
the
of just
middle.
like have to. I think it makes sense. Just take like the widest Ishan 10 and just like how it's kind of hard to defend. I don't even know if there was any Gembutsu in the hand.
It's
well, we have-
another great high pie for DeLong.
Yeah, for sure. Here with the door pair, can we get another penchant fill on the 7-pin here?
I love Jonathan's hand as well, mostly because it has a chance at 2-3-4 Sanshoku, and that's my favorite Sanshoku.
Yeah, look, oh, it's
sweet draw.
penchant fill here.
Ishantan?
Really nice Ishan 10. Needs to hit like the it's got like the 25% Sanshoku where you need to hit correctly on both ends, but
I
It's definitely
actually,
there.
I really like holding the 8 mon over the west. That way, if you draw the 5 mon into Tempai, you just cut 1/1 and go for Tanyao Pinfu Sanchoku. Just go for it all.
Yeah, you could try that. I think I'd be happy enough just taking the pin for Ricci.
I just
But
dealt it to 12,000 points.
that's true, yeah. That is a way to get some points back for sure. Yeah, it doesn't keep the 2 pin. I like that. Just throw it back. Rather prefer to keep the safe
Oh, when we
tile.
see a con, a terminal con is a lot of value.
There
And
we
we got it
go.
to Tempai, slams the
Oh, and it's
Ricci.
the Tempai on it too.
Sweet, Ricci. Just Ricci no me, but with a con of 9
We could
months
see the
instantly.
1 Han 70.
That would be
It's
awesome.
a tricky one to get. The 1 Han 70 is a very hard hand.
All right, quick chat. Score 170.
It's 23. Oh wait, boy, there's 2 Homba, so 29.
And a Ricci stick. Oh, I guess
Yeah, it's
you're
36.
going Ricci stick. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's long. Aiming for the Nagashi Mangan that doesn't count, normal. Getting very close. Wait, the 4 mon was cut. Never mind. Actually, back to Ishanten has the safe door to pass as well. How live is this weight? Only 1 tile? Yeah, only 1 tile. And Jonathan's been Ishanten this whole time. Finally gives it up.
Could not find that Sanchoku.
Had to
Oh,
pass.
there is the
5 and
penchant
8.
fill. This is Tempai.
And a safe tile to discard as well.
Gonna opt for the Dama. Does have a Haite here. Does not find it. See if you can keep Tempai here. You'd have to push. Probably 5 pin would be the safe. Well, 5 pin and 4 pin are actually pretty very similar.
Yeah, I don't know if the 8 pin came out probably before the reach yet. Gives
Just
it
gonna
up.
break Tempai.
I mean, he's at 51,000
deal
points.
on
You don't have
Haite.
to.
Yeah. Neither of them looked that safe.
Move on to Jonathan's
Ooh.
dealership.
We have another couple of nice hands just looking around. We have a dealer here with like good shapes and a Yaku High. On the right, that's like some good Sozu shapes. And chance at like Tanyo, it's got the Dora 5 so. Christine has like a bunch of Monzu, could maybe go Chinitsu. And then also Zalong also has some very nice Sozu shapes. So another hand where everyone's got pretty decent stuff.
I was just going to ask this. If you're Jonathan, you pair up one of these honor tiles, do you go 2, 3, 4 pin? And the answer is yes. Now, Honitsu is a lot of value.
It definitely is. Could have started with the south and just see what happens. But I guess if you're going to cut the 2, 3, 4 anyways later, you might as well do it now.
Zalong might end up doing a Chinitsu of his own if these shapes weren't so good. Yeah, because the
Yeah,
one
this is like one of those funny situations where you have like 2 players just heavy Monzu and then 2 players like heavy Sozu. And then nobody really wants pin other than like a few tiles over in Leon's hand. Well, we actually have a Tempai here. It's just a 3-mon Tonki, no Yaku.
Yeah, plenty of.
Very easy to find. Just about like any Sozu tile is going to give you a great weight here. I guess 1 So is not good, but I think all the rest are good. Haku. Are we going to see Haku Ricci? Or are we going to hold out for a better weight?
I mean, if you take that Ricci, you're hoping that Jonathan
Ricci.
overflows in the.
Here it is. Haku Tonki.
And Jonathan's going for it all. He wants Honitsu Chanta.
Yeah, 3-mon also was Genbutsu as well.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man, what the heck? Here we go.
Chun is twice cut, so.
True, yeah. Chun is also just Genbutsu.
I mean,
guess.
you could cut 7, 8 mon for Toy Toy, Honroto, Yakuhai, Yakuhai, Yakuhai. I think that's a little too much.
That would be fun. Let's see what happens with 5-1, because 5-1 looks pretty bad. No, just push.
No,
Go, go, go.
he's fully committed at this point.
And we are sending it.
East is once cut. Non is
South
once
is once
cut.
cut.
Oh, actually,
Are we gonna see 7-8-1?
eight
Are we
mon
going for it?
8 Monsuji.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toi Toi Honitsu Hon Ryoto.
Suwanko,
And
you
then
might as well.
you're guaranteed a Yakuman, or you just Suwanko, and then you don't get to have any of the fun calculations.
Oh, there's the south. Okay.
Here, a Pon.
Pon.
Okay. So we're guaranteed. So Tsumo, let's see. Ron 6. I think 7 Han Ron.
East
and
is
then Sumo
East
is
would
9
be
Han?
double East. So Ron on East would be Baimon
True. And then guaranteed by Monsumo.
and guaranteed Baimon. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's not so bad. Yeah, and there are 2 tiles left in the wall, so it's totally live. The tragedy for Jonathan would be Zolong drawing the Haku. Then you get to see that your weight was just big brain held. Where is that East? 8 draws remain, 6 draws now.
One Mon looks. What does Christine even have here? Like one Mon looks. Okay, yeah,
4
4
and
4 Mon,
6.
okay.
We'll see. I guess there was a Tadashi after the 6 came out, but safety.
And then not gonna see it.
Both
No
tiles
fun.
dead weld. Oh my goodness. What a hand. I can't believe Jonathan ended up getting there. It started off looking so normal and then it just got bigger and bigger. Speaking
Oh,
of
here we
big
go.
hands,
Got another double East hand. Double East Dora, and also a bunch of pairs here.
it's almost sad
Full
if it turns into
pairs.
Chitoy.
Yeah, I don't think this is Chitoy.
I imagine he's just gonna call anything.
Yeah, you can just Autozuke for the East. Just try to get there. That's also a lot of pairs on the left in Zolong's hand. 4 pairs at the moment, and double Yakuhai. Might try for like a Sozu Honitsu Toy. Oh, hold on, I didn't even look at Christine's hand. It's the first attempt I hear. Also had a lot of pairs.
Yeah,
Cheat toy for Christine.
Choose
This
the
is a
one
toy
so
super
here.
round if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Also had the ones cut west, but I think she backed away from that because it was her wind.
Yeah, I would have just taken the West. Once got West, like even if it is your own wind, I think is probably better than the one so.
Jonathan's back to Chitoy odds now?
Yeah, we'll see.
No, ready.
Just go aim on aim on. Probably just deciding how to push here.
Right.
And like, I mean, you have one Genbutsu, so makes sense to fight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's probably coming out next. This Cheetoy might work. Like, you can't really fold this, I don't think. It's probably just gonna be one so. Oh, 7 so first? Okay.
Yeah, believes with the early, the first turn 9 so that she just doesn't have upper Sozu.
Yeah, usually works the other way around where it's like the tiles outside the early discards are safe. It's not too reliable the other way around.
Because a lot of times you drop the 9 because you had the 6, and if you drew a 5
Right.
afterwards, then the 7 could go.
Okay, there's the one so the Cheetoy gets there. It's can't find the Ura too. No, just gonna be 3200.
Plus 4 Ricci sticks and 3 Oma.
That is true actually. We had a lot of Ricci sticks. That's not just 3200. Very good point.
Yeah, so Christine looking at a second place now. I mean, it's long still in total control in this game, but finally something going Christine's way, and a nice hand for her as well, though dealer is Leon in East 4. Also pretty decent, could turn this into a Tanya. We've seen him do it many times over the course of this series so far. Dora's the 9 pin, no one's holding it. Its long shape also quite strong. Penchon the weakest block here, and maybe even coming out soon because we have a Tanyao shift.
Yeah, Zolong had back-to-back nice draws there, 5 pin 8 so. Now it's got a pretty decent Ishan 10.
This Santotsu is a little bit weaker because the 6, 7, 8, 8, 8 has the good tile already held in the hand. The 3
That
8
is
so's.
true.
But
And then like Formon's not a great other end of the Nantotsu either, but
yeah,
still Ricci I'm sure would be happy to take.
I mean 7 tiles. It's pretty good.
Could also draw the 5 Mon here and get Pinfu Tenpai.
Yeah, that 6 was a good upgrade. Well, maybe not able to draw the 5 Mon anymore. There's only one left. And now kind of tough choice for Christine. Ends up with a 3 pin. Ooh, maybe dreaming about Suanko here.
Oh, here we go. This is
Chitoi Tenpai.
This is
Again.
also Ryampeiko.
Yeah,
you get
would
the
you
right
break
draws.
Tenpai?
リーチ
Well, she might just chase
Well,
now.
you would draw if you draw 4/7 Mon first.
Yeah, you'd be Ishanten then. Oh, Peitanki? Oh, it's Furiten, never mind. And dead.
Oh, sorry, yeah, this is Chitoi Tenpai. I was thinking it's Chitoi Ishan.
リーチ
Oh, we're gonna see another chase from Jonathan, and now you might just have to chase. Even with the bad weight, there's 2 people who are just drawing and discarding, so it's
Right.
less bad of a weight. Even
Oh, Christine does not want to fight here.
yeah,
It's
still
gonna go 6 Mon.
yeah, she can draw back into Tenpai technically. Oh, I guess it's a good thing she didn't take the Ricci because that would definitely be
Yeah,
dealing in.
built in.
Still really tough here. She's holding so many of the 2/5 mod that Jonathan needs for this Richidora 1. Has Tuso, Tuso, Tuso.
ドン
5 so comes out. Will deal into Ricci Tanao. And that's it. Malone picks up the Ricci sticks and ends the dealership. And we will move to Christine's for second chance here in the South round. That's a nice draw. Not a serious amount of value just yet, right? We are looking for the door too, so
Door Tuso, like 4/5 Mon for Sanchoku chances. Oh, or just draw 2 Mon and get a like pretty decent early Ricci.
yeah, if we can find two, so now we have just a pair cut will work great.
Right.
5 so 5
Also,
so.
just drawing like 2 5-pin and just taking the Champon with like the early 8 Mon
Yeah.
cut on the 9 Mon is also not bad. Yeah, here we go. Probably just gonna see 3 star Ricci right now. And this is a pretty good Champon. Oh, we're not going to.
Yeah, I was thinking this is the
We're gonna-
alternate if you think it's early enough you can greet the door draw or any diamond upgrade.
Yeah, I can't resist this 9 Mon Champon. Even if the value's not there, the weight's
Oh,
just so
that,
good.
look at this sick draw. Oh, wait, Junchan.
Yeah, that was, I think, the draw we wanted. I guess maybe it was like, I'm not sure. It just maybe didn't think long enough.
This is like you can work your
Oh,
way
here we go.
towards
2 3 4.
2,
It's fine. We're just 2 3 4 all along.
Yeah. Like if you're not gonna get Junchan, 2, 3, 4 is the way to go, right? That's the
Right.
best Sanchoku in existence.
Oh yeah.
Now on the right, Zalong here sitting with 2 Dora and a lot of pair / Anko shapes.
We've had so many toy tip rounds.
This is technically Ishanten. Just locking the Ipeco side. That's one of the things I've noticed from Zalong is he really likes Ipeco.
Well, the force is going to come out with no Yaku, so round's going to continue here. Jonathan's found a pretty decent Ishan 10.
リ
Here
ー
you
チ
go, Tenpai. Ricci Chun on 6/9 Mon. The weight is not that live. There's just 2 6 Mon.
Yeah, looks like it. Christine now has 3 4 5 chance. I'm sure she'll take the Ricci if she draws the 5 Mon. Or she could also Dama snipe the 4 so, but know.
Allow us to think it's actually just going to fold here. Doesn't want to push the 9 pin.
Yeah, although, again, if she draws the 5 mon, I think she will shove it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Can still get the Sanshoku.
Yeah, folding in a way that still gives her a chance to fight. If she draws into the value, but nope.
I think that's Ishan 10 for Leon as well here.
Yeah, should be. And
See if it has a safe 4 mon. So might be able to get Tempai here.
相撲
oh, there it is. One of the last 2 6 mon drawn, reaching his motion. Udo would be Mangon. Misses though. Plenty of Fudo to bump up the value for Jonathan, who's approaching Leon's score in the second half of this game.
Here we go on to Zlong's final dealership. Still has a commanding first place here. Hypai is nothing too special, but there are like some good draws you can get if you get like Ipeco chances and Pinzu. Chances okay, like there's a 4 pin. Drew it. Just need another 4 pin. Here you go, and then you have a good hand.
地
He's gonna call for like a Shanta Sanshoku Yakuhai hand. Oh, sorry, that's not Christine. That is Leon, excuse me.
Christine on the left, more like Ricci Dora one hand. And I guess now that the West has been twice cut, you're looking at Ricci Ipeco Dora one.
5 so draws quite nice here. That Onko. Kind of just missing one block. But shouldn't be too hard to find something. Yeah, 1 so does work here. Now Ryonpeiko chance. Ryonpeiko, I guess not that easy, because like you kind of want to, like I guess your pair would be in like Sozu. Probably not going to happen actually. You need to draw like 2 so, cut 6 so, draw another 2 so, cut 5 so. It's possible.
Well, there's a 2
Oh, it is
so.
2 so. Now you cut 6 so. And then you draw another 2 so. And we're there.
4 pin, not very alive, but there is 1, and 1 is all you need.
It looks like there's 1 2 so.
Oh, that's
All right,
Tenpai.
well,
Dama,
Ipeco
Dama,
Tenpai.
Dama.
Dama for the upgrade. Come on.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
It's just Ricci Ipeco anyway. You don't want that. Dama for the Yakudex, right? Gotta get that
Right.
Gianpeco. Yeah, Zlong probably already has it, but
Decent Ishan 10 for Jonathan. The Sozu Concha. Oh, cuts a 3 mon for an 8 mon. I don't really know why.
goes for the value play here, aiming for the twice cut 8 pin, which is pretty strong. I mean, Christine has dropped 1, Zalong has dropped 1, and Jonathan looks like he can't use upper Pinzu at all. So even though it's twice out, you have a feeling it's pretty good in the wall, and maybe one of the players cut from a pair. But that's really tricky to have happened with 7 pin being visible all 4 times. So if they were cutting from a pair, then the other one's going to be coming out as well. So good wall reading from Leon here. There's a Dora, and Slug says, nope, 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 nope. I'm staying true to this. Wait.
T
Jonathan K10 call here. Pay also very live in the wall. This will not deal in. Did a double check to see if there was Sanchoku, and there was not.
This 2 so. I guess he would cut 5 so before 2 so. John. Okay, so because John, you can dodge a deal in a 5 so here. Any other tempo
Ape
you
looks
deal
so
in?
safe.
ドン
Yeah, big props to Leon for being greedy.
It works out there, gets the win.
Yeah,
I,
there's
I have a feeling that maybe Jonathan was reading that hand as Honitsu with the way those discards were. Reading Leon's hand, that is. Because was like very scared of like the upper Manzu, but then didn't seem to be too afraid of the 8-pin. So I think maybe misinterpreted the Chanta as a Honitsu or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did see an extended pause on the 8-pin. A
Right.
little
So
more than
definitely was at
usual.
least thinking it through.
Maybe wondering if that was a better donkey, honestly, because the 7 pins were so heavily cut, but it would have been hellweight donkey there. At any rate, Jonathan is Ishanta now. But Zolong also opening up, and Zolong actually has the Dora. Leon doing quite well on the right. And Christine across the table, also with great shapes. Dion Shan 10.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to find any Sanshoku and just in fact cuts the 5 mon.
Yeah, probably values the Itsu chance a little bit more than the Sancho chance. I was also looking for the same thing, but after
It's
the
like it
3
feels
mon was
like there
cut,
should have been a Sanshoku, but there really wasn't one that close.
right.
Whenever you have like just like sequences in all 3 suits like that, it seems like there should be a Sanshoku somewhere. There's going to be a Tenpai. Takes the 8-so weight to use both the Dora here.
It's a pretty wide Isha 10 for Christine. Headless would be tragedy if she draws the Dora, because you draw a Dora, you're happy. You got the Yaku back that you were missing because you had no
Gee.
Pinfu. But you got 2 Dora, that makes up for it, right? And then New Zealand.
And we have a 7-so 8, which there is none left in the wall, and I don't really see a 7-so. I guess a 7-so might come up from Christine if she draws 8-so, but then, I don't know, do you really want to drop Dora? Oh, here's going to be a Tenpai Dama Pinfu for Christine. Pinfu Dora 1 on 1-4 pin.
I feel like you should chase this Ricci, right?
Yeah, might have it. We'll see if she does. It is a Gembutsu weight. Let's see. It's going to Dama, probably because it is a Gembutsu weight. Hitso picked up. That's going to deal into the Zalong's hand here of the door 2, who just continues to extend this lead even further. All the points go to Zalong.
Just vacuuming up everything, and Leon now the dealer in South 4 with a goal of making it to 30,000 and perhaps surpassing Christine at the same time. She has other thoughts, though. Early call of the East Wind for a Honitsu play. Content with a 2nd place here. I mean, it's almost impossible to catch Zolong anyway, so you'll take what you can get.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good start for Honitsu. Honitsu no Mi, but that's a valid Yaku in the game.
I'm just assuming that Zolong's going to win this hand because why not?
That's a fair bet. You know, has a hand that can definitely get the job done. Here we go. There's a 3-so.
For PvP Pegodora. Leon has been drawing some very interesting tiles. 4-so, back to back. Unfortunately, the 6-so is dead. Otherwise, not dead, but dying. Otherwise, this hand can be really special.
Thinking about a Sanshoku here with 7 mon. Yeah, I was gonna go ahead and cut 3 pin. That is gonna get called by Christine. Moving closer to that Honitsu. Oh, but yep, there we go. So long it's Tenpai, it doesn't have to think too hard. It's like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna win here. Suji trap 3-so. Should be no problem. Takes Richidora 1.
And Zalong's position here, you don't even mind dealing into Christine. Okay, you deal into
Right.
Honitsu.
For sure.
Maybe Honitsu Itsu. Even if it's a Mangan, whatever.
Yeah, this is my favorite way to play lead. Like, you're not worried about losing your position, so you might as well just go for more
Sumo.
points. And there it is. Yeah, why wouldn't you reach it? Reach it, Civil 3-so. And your incredible prediction of predicting Zalong to win a hand turns out to be correct.
As has been happening all day long, all night long. Zalong with a plus 47.2. Christine does pick up the second place. That's some positive points in the bank. Plus 7.3. Leon takes a negative 12.5. And negative 42 for Jonathan. This is going to mean that for our standings, Leon is sliding back down a little bit into the fifth spot, and Jonathan, after jumping in the first game, now back to 75.2, with one more game yet to play in this series.
Nice of Christine to at least sort of turn that game around a little bit to get something positive, see what she can do in the final game.
And it looks
Been
like
a rough series. I mean, no one's gonna do too well, and Zalong's just
no,
kind of cleaned up so
Yeah.
far.
All the series that Zalong has been, you just don't want to be the other players at the table.
Right. I guess it was Leon is probably still pretty positive after that first game.
We could probably do the math with the game results.
Or was it Jonathan?
Jonathan had 46.5 in the first game.
Yeah, it
So
was
yeah,
Jonathan who got
that
the
that
first.
fourth, even with that fourth, still net positive, like plus 20. Oh wait, no, Jonathan took a minus 11, so like minus 5 so far on the series.
Okay.
That's not so bad. Leon is like plus 8 and then took negative 12, so he's like minus 5. I mean, with Zalong racking up so many points, everyone's going to be negative.
Right.
But Jonathan and Leon both taking minimal losses here, minus 5, minus 6, something like that. And it should be noted, in the other A2 series, they did finish game number 1. It was Kenyon finally picking up a first place, and in recent memory has had some unfortunate games, but plus 29.6 is very nice for a game that had no Mongon wins. In fact, nothing over 3 Han all game long. But actually, Kenyon was the only player over 30,000 that game. Hadu took the negative 0.4 second place. Vincent took the negative 8.2 third. And Alfred the negative 21.0 fourth place. So it was tightly contested.
Yeah, that's like a 20. That's like a 23,000 point fourth or something like that. Is that right?
Let's see. 3 players below, you lose
Did you say it
15.
was?
So that's a 24,000 point fourth.
24,000 point. Oof. Yeah, that's an incredibly close game. It seems like.
And that does mean that Kenyon has some breathing room now, was in that demotion area. For Alfred, still hanging around the middle of the table. Hadu as well at negative 39.9, away from the demotion zone. And Vincent is, where is Vincent? 9th place. So again, in the positives, but still more towards the middle of the pack. It feels like you're going to need to have around 100 points to advance out of A2, assuming 6 promotion slots.
Well, I'm getting pretty close to locking up one of those. It was like the first game of this series, like lost a few points, and it was like, oh, maybe Zalong needs to be a little careful, and then it's like, oh, okay, I got you. Like first, it's just cleans it up.
Yeah, again, we have to go back to the record for A2 division. A2 has been consistently one of the divisions that has some of the highest scores, even when you compare them against some of the lower divisions. Just historically speaking, A2 has had someone that just dominates every season, and I don't remember what the mark is, but we might be getting close for Zalong. I don't remember if it's like 290 or 390. I think it was 390.
Christine is the dealer. Not great here. think it's definitely below average high pie for Christine. Just you don't feel great about all these conchons you need to fill, but if you do fill them, it could still find a tempai. Who does have a good hand here? So long sand's not too bad. Manzu shape's alright. Not a ton of value there. And then probably just look at the Pinzu hand from Leon. I think it's probably the most exciting here. And yeah, wow, another Pinzu here. Okay,
Ooh.
so that's definitely the
Gee.
hand to watch.
Yeah, forget the other hands. Just focus on the left. Where are those Pinzu?
Yeah, kind of commit to it with the early 7-8, so why not? It's so early when you only have 3 non-Pinzu tiles.
Could see some fun Chinitsu
Oh
trade. Wait,
man, here we go.
It's shut down already.
What the heck?
Okay, 4-pin draw.
봄,
That works.
Calls a pawn. This could be Chinitsu Toy Toy.
That would be insane. Oh, here's a 5. 8-pin? 8-pin cut? Yeah, okay.
Pawn. Here we go.
All of a sudden, all the
Got
tiles
that
are
funny
held.
4-sided weight.
ポン
5-6 pin Takame.
Oh, Christine might be safe here unless she draws the 4. And there are a couple 4s in the wall.
Oh, these
Jonathan
pins
tries
are-
to
how-
upgrade the
how
shapes.
afraid-
They're going to come out. No.
Okay, I'd say.
Nice and safe.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to push Pinzu anymore. If you don't have to. Oh man,
So this would be Chinitsu
You don't
Toy
really
Toy
expect-
7 Han.
it's kind of tough to play around. I mean, like, there's been a lot of overflow if you suspect this is like a Honitsu Chinitsu. There's been like 3-pin. A couple 3
Reach.
pins, I guess that's it. Oh, all right. Well, here comes a Ricci 4-7 pin versus 4-5-6-7 pin. Who's gonna win?
Watch Stallone just win this because he's actually got tiles in the wall.
Oh my gosh. That would be so frustrating if Leon sees along just sumo 4-7.
Like notably, he's holding both of the winning tiles, right? In a diamond shape. Christine doesn't want anything to do with this, but has this tune. How do you feel about 2-pin? It's Shunpai, but you have a full copy of the 3 pins. I think you'd rather just try the Manzu. Try your luck with the Manzu. And the wall wants Jonathan to fight. Draws the Anko of the Haku. Con? No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got con, I guess. I don't know if you need to con. Oh, there's another 4-pin picked up.
2 left in the wall for this weight. Christine has 2 more safe tiles in hand and the 8 mon to follow. That back-to-back-to-back 7, so discard is quite amusing. It might have been a call in
Boom.
between, but Jonathan will try to
Let's
find a route to
see.
Tempai. Says, okay, Sozu is safe.
At least did not take the Tempai immediately.
Yeah, right.
A 6-pin would have been Tempai, but wisely decided against that.
One more draw. Looks like it's Yukoku because Christine does have safe 3-so and 6 mon.
So, the early first row Chinitsu Toy Toy, just nope, not good enough. 4-sided weight.
But the luck may
Need
be
more
changing
tiles.
now. I mean, if it was the last game, Zolong would have sumoed, so
That is true. I really thought it was going to be like an immediate sumo.
Jonathan now, the dealer needs to. No explosive start for either player. His hand looks very average.
Yeah, needs Dora.
Has Dora, but needs tiles to make use of the Dora.
Multiple Dora. A Dora pair.
So I guess you're right.
is
Yeah,
pretty good.
needs more Dora.
All right.
You can hardly go wrong with more Dora.
If you had like Dora pair and go like Tanyo, Dora 2 or Dora 3, that's something exciting. But
And on the right, not too bad. It's got a couple completed shapes. Now Ishantan across the table. Leon might have dreams of 1, 2, 3 Sanjik. We'll see how long he holds that 2-pin.
3-so for another Ryamen here is helpful.
He holds the 2-pin over the 5-mon, which can accept Dora. So definitely thinking about that as an option.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred like a 7-so.
Mhm.
Or even
Reach.
maybe just 5-pin. Oh well, Meanwhile, we got another Zalong Ricci here.
Ricci Nomi this time.
Figures Tumon Ricci Nomi. Yeah, why not?
Of course, Christine immediately draws the Tumon. It says, see you later. South South. She can fight if she draws 3 Mon, or even 1 Mon.
Right.
But 3 Mon would definitely be a tile that convinces me that I can push a little bit. We even have 3 so 1 so here. Ooh, he shunt in for Jonathan. He will shove the 8 so.
I think only has the one Genbutsu anyways.
Mhm.
Has like 4 pin and I guess like 6 so Nakasuji, 5 so no. Has a few tiles to defend with.
Yeah, I
See
know
how
that the
much
5 so's
wants to
come out
push.
and 6 so's confirmed safe.
Might drew like a 3 mon, or you could try. I think I'd try 3 mon.
I'm not sure I like 3 Mon. Oh, just 6 says I'm just going to hold the C shunt then. 3 Mon is wider for sure.
Right, and I also think 3 mon is a little safer than the 6 pin.
That would have been Tempai. Maybe holding it this way.
Might have timed out on 6 pin because I don't. Or did you cut? I guess you already cut 9 pin, so it's at least half Suji.
Yeah,
But it's
I
still
mean,
not great with 4 pin Richito.
there's the 5 draw, and actually, Christine will take this Tempai on the 3 Mon that just came out.
1
And we're going to see a chase, 2 5 Mon for Jonathan. 3 Mon not live in the wall for Christine.
Missed the Epot Sumo the other direction.
相撲
Oh, never mind. Found Epot Sumo this direction as well. It was just guaranteed to be Epot Sumo no matter which way you went.
No, but Mangan for Jonathan, and we said he was sitting at something like a -5 after winning 40-something points in the first game, losing 40-something points in the third game. Well, looks like he might be getting a first place in this one, so it would end up with a great positive series for him if that is the case. Jonathan, also 4 more games to play after this.
1
Oh, wow.
Oh, I was gonna say pretty fast dealer, and not as fast as Leon. Takes an early nice Champon here, 9 mon 9 so.
Hey, Richie Nomi, since it's so early, do you ever like holding off for the chance at drawing 7 or 8 so into Itsu?
No, I turn 3 Champon Ricci. I just want to take it.
Suji now on the once cut 9 mon.
The win rate's just good enough that even if it's lacking value. I feel like the win rate of this is like almost the same as like just a like bad Ryamen. You're more likely to sumo the Ryamen, but the Champon, the double terminal Champon is pretty good. We'll see if Zalong. Oh no, Zalong just goes east here. I wonder if there's a safe way to fight there, but it doesn't look like it. I'm not sure anyone's really gonna fight. I guess the closest might be Jonathan, but has had to sort of break apart some of the hand with like the 4 pin. It's gonna be tough to get Senpai. Does discard the 5 mon, which I don't think was Genbutsu, but it was pretty safe. And actually, it did find Tenpai here. So, got a couple of draws. Took the Ricci Nomi here on the Sanzo.
1 Sanzo left. Versus 3 tiles for Leon.
This 9 mon is still double Suji if anyone draws it.
Don't.
But there's the 9, so the Ricci Nomi defeats Ricci Nomi.
Yeah, non-dealer
metal.
Ricci Nomi defeats dealer Ricci Nomi. And that will shift us forward in a sort of minimally valuable way. Leon does move over 30k, though, with that win and the couple of Richie sticks they picked back up. Zilong now as dealer in East 3. High Pie, not very strong. That 1-1-2 so shape is a little sad here. Now 4 pairs. Rough hand play. Yeah, 3 pin is the normal cut, I think. Leon on the right.
It's
Another.
definitely stronger. Again, like, not huge value, though.
I mean, if we want value, we can dream up some value here. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, what can we do? We got 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. There we go. Found it.
When in doubt, just
There's
find
always
the
a Sanshoku
Sanshoku.
somewhere. You just gotta look hard enough.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Christine's hand, there's the obvious 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku as well. And you look at Jonathan's hand and say, well, that's a 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. Everyone's got it. It's just some players are a little farther away than others.
Right.
The shape's kind of working out a little better for its long hair, but still a couple tricky ones to fill. More pairs for Christine. This is Chito Ishanten.
You're probably just gonna commit to it. Doesn't really have much else going on. We see 5 so here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 6, 7 pin come out in the future. Just for better Chitoi tiles.
リーチ
And well, this looks familiar. Terminal Sean-Paul Richinomi. It worked so well last time. Let's go run it again.
I had an interesting choice there. Could have taken the 7-so Tempai for Richie Peiko, but you said, you know what, I like this worked for me before. Why not run it back?
Yeah, let's try it again.
I actually kind of really like going 4-so Tadashi, 6-so Tadashi, waiting on 7.
Yeah, could have. Oh, well, now it's the siege trap on the 1 mon. I think it's kind of close between. I probably would have gone for the Ipeko, but I don't think this is far off.
No, this you got Suji on the 1 mon now as well, which is really nice.
Sumo
And there's the Tsumo.
Siege trap the wall.
Note, like once again, but bit by bit, Leon is moving closer to that first place mark that Jonathan is currently holding. Yes.
1 Richinomi at a time.
Okay.
This does not. I mean, I guess this could sometimes be Richinomi if you'd get a 2 mon. We'll see.
Typically, this turns into an open Tanyodora.
Right. Yeah, I think the 1/3 mon is very loose in this hand. You might cut like a 8 pin first, but I think unless like 2 mon gets drawn before you draw like any decent improvement, it's probably gonna go.
Yeah, Christine, some nice shapes. A question mark on the door. 6 mon though. Jonathan struggling across the table with those shapes. Oh, another Kanchan. And
Yeah, that's in pretty rough shape. Okay, 4 mon. We're not gonna see Richinomi. Well, actually, I guess this is Ishanten for Richinomi. Well, it's Dora. Richidora. It's Richidora. So
yeah.
not
Okay.
Richinomi.
Okay. Ooh.
And here we go. Now there we got the upgrade. 6 pin.
So I imagine if you draw a 5 pin, you slam the Ricci, dropping the Dora.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I would just definitely take the better weight. Richi Tanyo Ipeko is very strong. It's already Mongon Sumo even without the Dora.
Love the 9 mon from Zilong there. A lot of people just cut 8-9 sort of automatically, go outside in. But the 9 mon allows you to draw the door and have a Jiankhan around the Dora.
Yeah, that would have been a nice draw. It's good to keep that alive.
Leon
We
does
did
end up.
see the door come out for the 3-pin that was picked up for this kind of funky looking Ishan 10. Where it's like, I don't know what I would call this Ishan 10, but it's like a mix of like an Totsu and Kanchan.
Yeah.
リーチ
Christine,
Speaking of Ipeko, we have Richi on 2-5 Mon, where 2 Mon is Ipeko, Richi Tanyo. Could see 2 Richis on the same weight here, if Leon finds Tempai.
there should be a lot of tiles that we draw to Tempai, just hasn't found any yet.
Yeah, what is it, like 2-5 Mon, 2-5-6 pin Forso?
I'm gonna say yes.
It's a good number of draws. Could even call for Tanyo. Like, actually, right here, you can call for Tanyo. Either
Boom.
cut 4-pin or 6-pin. Probably 4-pin looks a little bit safer.
Sumo.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. Ah! I'll shift to the wall to get that Takame Sumo here. So picks up the Mongon for Christine, who goes back up above 30,000.
Now it's Christine who's fighting Jonathan down. Jonathan, after that big win, a couple sumos and now back down to 38-4. So this is still a game.
Yeah, this is the closest game I think we've had yet so far.
I mean, I think the reason for that is that as long as it's at 50,000 points.
Yes, that is definitely a big part of it.
Christine, ooh, interesting 9-pin draw. There is a chance at 789 Sanchoku. I feel like every hand I turn to Sanchoku. It's okay. It's not gonna
always
happen
there.
this one. It really is always there. Please note, of course, that although I bring this up, that's only as a outside possibility. Most of the times you're not going to end up getting there.
It's good to keep in mind though, because like
Right.
if you don't, although then like when you get the miracle draws for the Sanchoku, you like recognize them.
Mhm.
So I think it's definitely worth thinking about.
You know, the 2 Dora and the pay call already just itching to call any other tile that advances the hand. I think almost every call advances the hand except for the 5 Mon.
Yeah, we'll probably skip that one.
Oh,
but,
draws 5
oh
Mon.
well, here we go.
That's okay. That's
Now I guess you could Shi another 5 Mon. I don't know if it's good. Like,
I mean,
probably
if you
good.
plan
I
to
think
turn
it's
it to
good.
Honitsu, then yeah.
Well, it just secures the door and gives you another Ryoman.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's worth it.
How about this Chi?
It's gonna pass that one. Yeah. That doesn't really do anything.
It doesn't.
I would skip.
It doesn't unless you're trying to hammer in some type of Honitsu. Ooh, this shape is so fun for its long.
Yeah, I guess we're probably just going with 8-so, if I had to guess. We're gonna try 4-pin instead.
You can't give up on Ipeko so easily, can you? I mean, I
Well, you
can,
had
but
Ipeko and Pinzu instead.
yeah, that's true.
This like locks the pair in Pinzu versus locking the pair in Sozu, essentially. I'm not really sure like if there's a huge difference.
ポン
Like, do you want to wait on 5-pin or 7-so for your acceptance? But like 7-so was once out, so I think I'd rather wait on 5-pin.
You can see Christine calling to Tempai here. East door 1, waiting on the door itself. Leon also opens up one more time.
リーチ
But will be a Ricci from Jonathan, Ricci, Pinfu, Tanya, Dora.
This is a strong Richi here. Didn't quite get the Sanchoku, but still a very good hand. See, 7-pin picked up here. It's gonna go for 9-so. Is still Ishan 10. It was not the most efficient discard, but it was Genbutsu. Now picks up a 5-so, so now a better Ishan 10 for Leon of Tanyo. Chances.
It's along looking for that Dora draw as well. We'll have his choice of Tempais to take after that. Oh, well, that is Tempai. You want to slam
Yeah.
a 6-pin?
リーチ
It's
I think he
half
will,
Suji.
yeah.
Here we go. Salon wants to fight.
Christine is off of
6-9 mon versus 5-8 mon.
And
All
now-
of Leon's hand is red.
Yeah, it's 2 safe tiles. Can you find it? 4 mon? Oh, just 8
Oh,
pocket.
and there's the 9 mon. So Zalon is heard us talking about how he wasn't in a large first place and started working towards it.
Yeah, I mean, it's close now. That was first place dealing in with the Ricci stick as well. So the swing is massive. Zalong back to, what, 6,200 away from
Boom.
first.
Well, we got a strong hand here from Jonathan. Might be able to answer back some of those
Boom.
points here. Already
Palm,
gets 2
palm.
quick pawns into
Super
22
Ishantan.
Ishanten.
Super Ishantan.
Yeah, any tile 2 through 9 mon.
Tenpai. Super
There's one of them.
Tenpai.
3-sided weight here with the sneaky Conchon.
Christine got rid of that 4 mod just in time. And she might
Yeah,
be
you
able
don't
to
really.
fight here.
You do not expect this no overflow tempo.
No.
It's rough.
Yeah, even with 2 calls, you still think they're Ishantan at least. And probably not even that. Could be Ishantan actually.
No one really has a loose deal in tile other than I guess maybe Leon would think putting 4 mon sometimes. Oh well, hold on, Zalong's gonna fight, but
Don't.
7 mon. I jinxed it. I didn't look at the hand close enough. There was a loose 7 mon.
So
I saw like 6-6-7, but I didn't look close enough at the rest of the hand. The 6 mon was the head.
77 right back, and we are back to Jonathan in command. Things have stabilized, and this high pie, 2 completed shapes, and the honors look, weak in the hand. But you've got such amazing floating tiles. I'd love to have this high pie, especially with the Dora.
Could have maybe kept 2 mon to incorporate another Dora. I think would have been
Yeah, I
maybe
think
worth keeping
I value the
for
2
that draw.
mon over an honor tile as well. I mean, the 3 mon draw would be insane.
Right. It's like Ryamen with Ipeko Dora on the perfect draw.
Slow on the right, advancing pretty nicely.
Yeah, I might just call this Haku when it gets dropped
It's
by
still long.
either
He'll
Christine
pass it.
or
He'll pass it.
he'll pass it? Okay. I suppose is in 4th place. I mean it could get to Ricci. I feel like I'd want the speed from a call, but it's we'll see, because I imagine they will get cut here sooner rather than later from one of these 2 players. Here it is. Yep, you were right. You know Zalong well.
Second
Just
pass?
the second one
Yeah,
you
yeah,
called?
of
Nope,
course.
nope, just all Menzin.
I've studied his game too closely.
You're right. A 20% call rate, so it is fairly definitely on the lower end.
Christine has such great floating tiles. It feels like she should be able to progress her hand pretty quickly. But all these so tiles are going to Zalong and Leon. And so she says, I'll just draw it in the Pinzu instead.
Wow, you look at these draws. This is why Zalong doesn't call, I guess. Look at it's now it went Haku and it's just had like 3 good draws in a row here
Is it?
to shift towards like a Tanyo, which I guess we also won't call for, I assume. I mean, this one I wouldn't call either. It's like yeah, I hate calling Tanyo when I have like 2 of like the edge Ryamens, which basically turn into penchons.
What a funny shape for Christine. 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6.
Yeah, that's got the you can have the 2-sided like confirmed Ipeko basically. But I guess also needs a pair. Oh, this is a very fun shape here.
I love this. So you draw 7 pin.
Oh, here's Tenpai.
Reach.
Of course, the long's gonna reach you here. 6-9 pin. Christina's a lot of draws to Tenpai. That's not one of them, but there's Genbu too.
Suchi. 4
How
is
does
actually a little
Jonathan
obnoxious
want
here.
to play this hand?
He probably
Is
doesn't.
Jonathan gonna be? What is Jonathan gonna even do here? You could just like try to fold if you have 2 mon, I guess.
4 pin
You have
also
4
Genbu.
pin. Could have gone 4 pin.
Maybe was looking at the hand, like trying to find the best way to push it, and as the time ran out, said, "You know what? I don't want to push it.
I've definitely done that before.
And then you spend so much time trying to figure out how to push that you haven't been looking at what's safe.
Yep.
Ooh, can
See if
Leon
Christine can complete this WYD Shanten.
justify this?
I want to see like a 7-8 pin draw. Those would be the fun ones for like the 3-6 weight. I don't even know how strong that is. How many 3-6s are left? It looks like enough of them.
6-9 pin has 3 in the wall, 2 of them being 6 pins. This is Tempai.
リーチ
We'll jam it.
Ooh, there it
Yum.
is. 9-pin dealing.
This is Yasume again, but hits the Uda again, so I guess it shouldn't be again. Ipatsu was the other upgrade in the previous hand, but Uda this time. And Zolong not out of it yet. Still has a dealership to go.
Has an East to call if available. Like, would he call East of this hand? This one looks
I
better,
would.
right? Yeah. With Zalong?
With Zolong.
It looks pretty good.
I
You got like
that's a tough one.
Adora. Your other pair is already once out.
I'm struggling to get past I
Home.
would.
Okay. We're calling this one. So we do call.
We call it our dealership.
Yeah, and this is gonna be an Ishan 10 of Adora as well. I guess there's like a Chinitsu for Leon, but I don't think that's gonna have enough time. Oh, this is already Tenpai.
Senpin is held and pretty well held as well.
Last time I said that, it immediately came out.
ボン
Well, this time it's a little harder for it to come out.
I agree.
The instant eight
this
pin
time I
draw
think
or
it's
something.
actually fixed
There's
it.
gonna be 8 pin draws gonna come out.
Or 4-pin, right? 4-pin, you're also kind of tempted to drop it.
Yeah.
Four pin, it probably just immediately comes out, actually.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's Adora.
チー
Oh, Chi, so we have Tempai for Jonathan. Do we switch the weight for Leon for Zolong here?
I think so on the Sudi Trap one
Ah, this
mon, even
one's
if it's
cut,
once
though.
out. I mean, it's like 3 tiles or 4 tiles, but like the one mon is so much better than the 7-pin, right?
It's true, and you also diversify your weights. Zolong will hold this weight, and both. If you drop the 8 pin, you can still accept another door no matter which way you go. So that's not a difference. From our perspective, there was
Uh-oh, it's the 4-pin. Yeah, there it is.
surely. Oh, 6 comes out
Okay,
first.
6 one comes out. That also deals it. Yeah.
You know, no matter what Christine was gonna deal in there, there was no choice.
Right. Unfortunate draw.
I guess the 1 mon should have been the way Christine did end up dropping it. Just before the 6
Okay,
mon.
so all last here in again a tight battle here. Salon does find themselves in 4th place. See if what they can do in this final hand. Does have a Dora. It's like 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku chances. A pretty speedy hand from Leon as well. Or 2 of the Dora Forso, which can hopefully try to use nicely in the Nakabakude shape. If you just draw any Sozu in that area. The Ryomen upgrade. Oh, that's a big draw for Zalong, who moves into Ishan 10.
The problem is he wants to use this Dora.
Yeah, we'll see what happens if like, so it'd be like Richi Nomi.
You
If you
could
go like Richi Tsumo, that's not enough.
you can try to 4, 5, 6.
Wait, it is enough. Richi Tsumo is enough.
Reach small with the Fu.
It's just, oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, Richi Tsumo's 3,000.
3,000
enough.
swing. Oh, I guess by 100 it would be.
Yeah. But instead, we actually saw the Tenpai denied. Didn't want to go for it.
Play in for 30k.
I think I would have gone for the like Sumo Gyak 10 to 3rd.
Yeah, of course, we're thinking of this from a perspective, like almost like a ladder perspective, or just like somebody who is in a fight for contention. Zolong can actually play this however he wants because
That is
this
true
is
for
his
the
final
most
game.
part. Oh, is that right?
Yes,
Oh, this is the final game. Oh, okay. I
he played one
did not
series
realize
ahead of
that.
time, and so he's all but confirmed to promote. So,
Okay, okay.
but yeah, I
Didn't
do
quite notice that.
just for educational purposes, it is interesting to consider it from a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, so sure. You might as well try to go out on a positive result. Yeah, you can try to hit the 300 barrier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that's possible. Actually, you need like a. Yeah, I don't think you can get enough points because even probably not quite possible.
1
Okay.
Oh, Chi into Sanchoku Tenpai. Didn't want to take the Richi, but this is still a 2K Tsumo. Tenpai also found
Chi.
for Jonathan. West 5 so. Can only win on the West. Or Tsumo.
Yeah, not willing to take the Ricci here. It's
Yeah, it's
comfortable.
pretty nice Dama where you can at least still roam the West.
Mhm. And if you could snipe the win here and make sure everyone stays below 3,000, that's another bonus 5 points. This
You gotta
Chi,
think the West would get discard if anybody
I
draws
think
it.
Leon actually takes this Chi. There's only 9
Chi.
draws left.
Here we go, yeah. Chi cuts 4 so. Needs to try to maintain Tenpai. Or rather find Tenpai. To maintain. Oh, and there's the West,
Gong.
so that'll do. Jonathan is gonna end the game with the Shaw Nomi. Secure the first place.
Yeah, plus 35. We'll end up with approximately 30-point net result in this series. Jonathan doing quite well. Christine takes the minus 1.1. Leon negative 9.6. And Zalong will end his season with a fourth, negative 23.8. However, I think it's pretty safe to say that Zalong is confirmed for promotion.
Yeah, it's probably mathematically possible that he doesn't, but I don't think it's actually possible.
Just incredibly statistically unlikely. So congratulations to Zalong for a very strong season, finishing with 270.1 points. We can look at his final stats as everything is locked in. 10 first places, an average win of 25.0 is already insanely strong, but with an average of 6,604, we definitely see why he's up at the top of the standings. And also a relatively strong deal-in percent as well, over 10% gap. Amazing EV and not unexpected for those statistics. And playing with a very Menzen style, 20.7% call rate, and a very heavy Ricci rate leads to a lower participation. But when Zalong is winning, he's winning big. And so
It definitely
overall,
looks like
excellent
one of,
season.
if not the lowest call rates call in the league. Can't do they all fit? Actually, this is the whole league, so it is the lowest. I know sometimes it gets cut off, but I guess we can fit all of A1 or
Yes.
A2.
Yeah, for everyone
So
in
yeah,
the division, it is the lowest.
does have the lowest call rate there, but makes it work for sure with plenty of Richi's. That's for sure. 26% Richi rate. So it's not just sitting around doing nothing, just is completing the hands closed and resulting in that very high average win rate.
Yeah, what a fun table to watch. We got to see all 4 games. Leon and Jonathan were also showing some very interesting hands. I think both of them took a first place. And they will be battling it out in the remainder of the season. Each player has 4 games. They'll have to play their session 6 to determine if they can claim a promotion spot. It was also fun to see Christine play. I did get the chance to meet her at Cincinnati tournament. It was a lot of fun, although she did end my hopes and dreams of doing well in that tournament. It was so awesome to be able to play against her and play against Alan from Philadelphia in that same game. And who else was at the table? Another Armo player. Alex was at that table. Point. Having 3 Armo players in that game was so awesome. I loved every second of that game and that tournament.
Yeah, it is always fun going to the tournaments and then like it's funny. It's like I can't remember if it was at the Cincy or if it was at Chicago, but at one point it was like there was an ask for like a raise of hands of how many people were in Armel. It felt like 2/3 of the room raised their hand.
Yeah, I really wanted to see how many Armor players were there, so I asked that, and it was so awesome to see. There's the tremendous number of people who were there who were also in Armor. And
Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting to meet people for the first time when you've like just sort of known them online.
absolutely. Well, I was gonna say I thought there was one more game happening, but it looks like either it's finished already or they didn't play their fourth. Maybe we can get confirmation on that. Oh, they did play 2 games already. So for the other A2 table, Alfred took a first place with plus 27.8. Kenyon took a second place with positive 14.7. A very strong second there. Haru negative 12.9 third, and Vincent negative 29.6 fourth. That game actually featured a couple hands that were 4-on plus. And so those standings that we were looking at, or these standings, I should say, are complete for the evening. And again, will be very exciting to see what happens near the demotion line. Right now, it's Luce, Riley, Harrison, and Christian all really super close to each other. Brian is also in that mix. And a lot of those players have 8 games to play. So we'll be very tense as we approach the final couple of weeks. We're in session 5. Unfortunately, I've had round 4 up this whole stream. But yeah, it is session 5 for us. And that means we are approaching the point of the season where players are definitely looking closely at their standings and their future opponents and trying to compute exactly what they need to do. And I love this time of the year.
Yeah.
It's always interesting seeing how these players modify their playstyle as the situation determines. And unfortunately, we have no more games for the evening. It was a very light evening of action, a couple of A2 series, but it was awesome.
Yeah, good
the action
table
that we
to
did
catch.
see.
Glad we got to watch these games. It was fun watching all 4. Or did we watch 4 games? Is that already 4
We
games?
did,
How many
yeah,
did we watch?
amazingly.
That was 4 games. Yeah, that felt like it flew by. I said 4 games and then I had to like second guess it. It felt like it went by pretty quick.
Well,
It was like, yeah, like 2 hour 40 minutes.
when the games are that
Not bad for 4
interesting,
games.
time does kind of speed past us.
Yeah.
That being said, there is going to be a lot of action in the upcoming couple of weeks. I cannot predict when our next broadcast will be, but of course you can guarantee we'll have more regular Wednesday sessions. A lot of games are scheduled for Thursday, for Friday as well, and Sunday games. So there's a few days where we might have some potential casts. If you want to be sure that you watch us when we go live, you can follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter as well at American Ricci. On YouTube as well at American Ricci. You can catch all our VODs, including this one and the previous ones for the past couple of years. It's weird saying couple of years. We are approaching the end of 2 years of Armo.
Yeah, it's definitely been a really fun league. Like, it's been a fun way to just get to play different people throughout the country online, and a league that feels like it matters. Like, you know, there's not like any like money or up for stakes or anything, but it's like the promotions and the demotions feels like there's something on the line for all the games, which is a fun change from just ladder games all the time.
Absolutely. It's one thing, losing to players in your ladder. It's another thing to lose to players that you know and you've played before. And I feel a little bit more comfortable with the second option.
Yeah, like a demotion feels like really bad, and then like conversely, like a promotion is like a big deal. You get to move up the
But honestly,
placements.
I don't mind the thought of relegation in these divisions. I mean, statistically, these seasons are only 24 games long, so statistically, you're bound to have a down season and you're bound to have an up season. So I anticipate that every single player in this league will have a demotion at some point. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm quite concerned that this season is mine, although I have a little bit more breathing room now, and I still got 8 games to potentially lose more points. So,
Yeah,
but that's a nice thing when when demotion is all but statistically guaranteed if you play a large number of seasons, that doesn't feel so bad when it happens, and you get to then experience the new crop of players that are advancing the league, and it's going to be a bunch of fun, even in that situation. And so, for anybody else who is interested in joining the league, you do have a little bit of time to sign up for the upcoming season. The winter season sign up deadline is December 4th. And so you've got what, 4 days, 5 days, something like that. It's coming up soon. So you want to be sure to check out our website, AmericanReach.org. The registration is the first thing you'll see when you visit that site. If you are able to commit to scheduling 4 games in a 2-week period, for 6 2-week periods with 3 other players, it's a ton of fun. Heavily recommended. AmericanReach.org is the website at which you can sign up. That being said, thanks again, Lucas, for hopping in to the commentary. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, that was thanks for hosting. That was have a good night.
Yep, and to everyone watching, have a good night. See you in the next cast.